All right. We are live. Hello everyone. Ooh, it looks like we just got a Vidania. Hi, Alberon.
Looks like we just got a Vidania.
Hi.
We just got a Vidania.
It's Vajazzle.
Well, it made me think of
I went
a
I went to the
Pokemon.
parter and
Like,
caller got my Vidania done.
Your camera's
why
loading.
Vidania appeared.
Oh wait, it's not done.
See you, but
You can see me?
I can't see you.
Uh,
Hi everybody. Tech things.
Hold on. Ow, shit.
Every stream goes through it, except for the ones that have like $1 million budget. So we weren't sure if we were going to have a Vidania, but it looks like we do, which is great. I'm gonna get our announcements out of the way. Thank you for joining us. This is the NAT30s. Hashtag 30 is the new 20. We are running our 38th. Oh, it's the XSplit broadcaster, Vidania. Oh, there you are. What are you doing?
You got her.
I was plugging it in, I'm sorry.
Nope. That was just funny.
it's a preview of my.
Our 38th session of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign with the self-named bums of Greenest. The bums. Who are actually all gainfully employed for the most part. We've
It's not acting a bum.
No, it's not. It's the literal ass. The asses of Greenest. So
Very accurate.
Okay, so and we lost Vidania. So
Hi.
See ya.
Wrong button.
Welcome to Vidania by Vidania.
So today, a few things. I am wearing my pink wig, which got 50% of the votes, and the curly-haired one got also 50% of the votes. So I wore that one on Tuesday. But this is one of the wigs that you can use your points, your critties, now that we are affiliate, to make me switch out. And I'll wear the random ones so that you guys can all see what you can purchase there. We do have new perks that you can get for being loyal viewers. I'll just go over a couple of them real quick that are new. Where you're right over there, Vidania.
What I do?
Sounds like you're making a baking pie.
Vidania's just getting her bow ready. Don't mind.
I'm just getting my dice ready.
She's getting all of her murder hobo tools ready.
Just smashing things.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
mind all those noises.
So Alberon RPG just gifted 5 subscriptions to our channel. We've got
Holy crap.
Wow.
Implacable Lemon, and then the rest of them I think are us. But you guys still get stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you for the congrats. This is for us reaching affiliate. We were very excited, and I'll share a couple of dance GIFs that everybody put together. We have an emote that was approved. Actually, 2 of them, it looks like. 2 emotes that were approved. So you can get the Micaiah wink emote, and I'll put that in now. And then our happy dice, which I'll also put in now. So these are new.
Nice.
With your critties,
That's cool.
we have a couple of really cool things. So throughout the campaign, you can spend some points to get Mini Lenny to attack and help the players out if you need to. It's going to be 1d4 worth of fire damage specifically. But you never know, it can be helpful. You can name an NPC, give some inspiration. So for 7,500, we might up this, but for now it's 7,500. Micaiah, or our own resident Annie, will will sing a song. And the way we'll work this one in is during a downtime, we'll do like a downtime scene, and Micaiah will sing some kind of serenade to everyone because Annie is a musician and very wonderful at what she does. So we'll be able to share that with you. And
for 50,000, Abaddon will sing a song on command.
No,
I just
Abaddon's
wanted-
I was waiting for the reaction. I
Abaddon
don't.
do a jig.
Oh no! Exactly.
Oh yeah, she could do a river dance thing.
Do you?
We've got advantage you can
Riverdance.
give. Make Abaddon roll on wild magic, build an NPC with me, change my wig, and right now one of the highest one we have is 35,000, which is that you can give the party a fun magic item. I will have a list of them, so whoever gets to that point, we can choose from the list. Anyway, thank you, Lord Byron. I am fancy. Lord Byron wants to know if he can give bonuses to the enemy. We'll work that in. I'll work that in. I'll let you do it. Why not?
That's son
Ow.
of a bitch.
Make
That's
it
son of a
alive.
bitch.
Seriously.
Byron, I have words to have with you.
On his house
You're my
burnt down.
first love, Byron.
So tonight we are doing our first giveaway because we did reach the affiliate status. We have a sorry, I'm looking at my seams here. I think I can switch over to them because we're all here. Oh my god! So because I wanted to show it. So I'm just gonna transition us real quick, and then switch to my roll 20 frame so that you can see. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. That work? Oh yeah. Okay. I might just do it with this one. No. Hold on. Hold on. I wanted to actually kind of like show. Oh, why isn't it working? I wanted to show the. There we go. Awesome. Just wanted to show the Hero Forge thingamajigger that you can do. So we're giving away a code to Hero Forge. They are not a sponsor. I just backed the Kickstarter. I have to say this every time just to be safe. And we're giving away a code so that you can go onto their website, and once you create a mini, you can then do it in color and actually get the color mini in the mail. So I'm kind of building. I'm actually going to be playing on Nat Awesome's channel tomorrow night as a character. I'm building my character right now. And so I'm just gonna like throw it together real quick, but so that you can see what you can do is there's different themes and everything. I'm just kind of throwing this, I'm gonna color it for real later, but there's different themes of colors. You can paint every single individual thing that your character here has. So like this is a wood. If you want it to be him plank color, you can change that. You can use it to change any other color that is on your character, make the toes a different color. So you can do this with your entire character thingy. They have all kinds of colors, like for skin or like bone. You could like change if you wanted. And they also have the ability to make tokens from your characters. So the caveat here is that all of this is not yet available to people who did not back the Kickstarter. It's still in beta, but it should be released very soon. And so when it does, this code will get you a free mini designed, created by you. Yeah, it's wonderful. I've made all of the tokens for our team here using this. So lots of variation. You can change like expression and you know, you can do whatever you want, really. It's pretty cool. So how this is going to work, because I've never done this before, is I'm going to start the giveaway, and what I believe you have to do is you have to type in hashtag 30new20 after I start the thing. It will let you know, and then this is going to go for an hour, so you can enter one time. Subscribe. It's not going to be, we're not going to be eligible to win, but everybody else will be. You have to be a follower, but there's no purchase necessary. Being a follower is free. So if you're kind of lurking there and watching, but you haven't hit the follow button, you're going to want to do that if you want to enter for this giveaway. And subscribers get an extra chance. I think it's an extra ticket or 2 tickets to win, but everybody is eligible. So let's see here. I'm going to start it now, and it should remind you like every once in a while that it's going. So I'm going to hit start giveaway, and we'll just see how it works, because I don't know. It worked when I tested it.
But it's supposed to be popping up.
In the chat. Oh, I can hear something going on in someone's background.
Yep, that's me.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, there's some more explosions going on.
Oh,
upstairs, so
yeah,
it might
it's
be
exploded. We got a lot of fireworks going on in Massachusetts for some reason. Okay, so yes. All right, the code is there. So Lord Byron, Alberon RPG is in Boston area. So
Oh,
they're
Jesus.
saying, yeah, they're having the same issue.
Yeah.
It's like Massachusetts.
Fireworks or gunshots.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's everywhere, like
Yeah.
all over the country.
So,
Well, I
go ahead.
just found out not too long ago when I went for my LTC that for the safety course, there's a guy that's only like not even a third of a mile away from me. That's basement looks like something out of like The Walking Dead, or it's insane. The guy has like stuff so
armory.
Pat knows because overkill. Pat knows because he would hear the gunshots with me, the rifle shots, badoosh, and we know where those come from now. The guy's a literal shooting range in his backyard, so yeah.
Alberon RPG is Alston.
Oh, Alston.
I-
yeah.
I used to-
Cool.
I miss the nights in Alston when I was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
Big Russian like immigrant community in Alston. It was weird. Like you stumble drunk out of like the Paradise and like head like into like Alston, and all the newspapers are in Russian.
Very
A lot of
confusing
Russian.
when you're drunk.
It was. Well, I walked to the there's a Star Market or a Stop and Shop. Came out with like a gigantic cookie at like 2 in the morning.
All right.
Too little
I
outside.
remember eating it.
Sorry.
There's like, oh, there's a picture of a giant cookie.
All right. So, well, I can't turn the giveaway off, so like that happened, but we'll see what happens when it's done. Okay. So, we're gonna get started after this giveaway is done. At the end, we'll announce the next one. But our goal is to get to 100 followers, and then we're going to start to try to have subscriber goals. But thank you so much, Elberon, for getting us like partly there, because this is our first subscribers, and we really appreciate it. Okay, so let's be. Oh, intros. I forgot. So we can go alphabetical order if you want.
Sure. Hi, my name's Adam, and I play Arik Firesong. I'm a human fighter, man on the run, wanted guy. Crossed paths with a port lord that doesn't like him anymore, and got wrapped up with this whole crew, this motley crew here, and now we're trying to stop a dragon queen from coming, I guess. Whoever's next, go.
Go.
Hey. Avedon, tiefling, sorceress, and party animal. I think the only one that's gotten laid on this entire trip so far.
So far.
So far.
Not a challenge.
I see that as a challenge.
You weren't the first one to have the boobies. out.
No,
That's true.
you were not the first one. Crude move.
It's by
My name's
choice.
Micaiah. Played by me. I am a Southern Belle. I am a druid, half elf, with a mysterious past. And I love twink. Signature move. Speak.
Well, it switched to Erdnot, so Erdnot.
What's with me?
I have those.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, the thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, not Blue Bottle is the name of, Blue Bottle, Clan Blue Bottle. I've not had that much wine. Anyways, I am a hill dwarf, paladin, warlock. That's all I'm telling you about myself.
Oh, and he's mighty grumpy.
Not grumpy, you just think I'm grumpy all the time. I've got a heart of gold.
Encrusted
He's a
with
sweetheart. Just give him some meat on the stick and he will melt.
a heart of
Still
gold
cranky as hell.
encrusted with coal and horse manure. He's so mean to us. He makes us cry.
Oh,
He makes us so sad.
Give him some meat on a stick. He's happy as a clam.
I'm babysitting all these children.
All right. Vidania?
I'm Rachel. I play Vidania, the High Elf Ranger. Also, very mysterious past. Slow, quiet. Mostly because I'm asleep over here.
What she's trying to say is that she lets her bow and arrows do the talking.
Yes. There you go.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I play Xander Huntsman, the half-elf ranger monk in training. Here to try and help everyone while looking for Kane the Unbeatable.
All right, and I am Izzy, the GM. Sorry, I'm just saying, got rid of the paragraph mod thingy that cut off people's chat messages. And yeah, you can find, well, I am all of the NAT30s social media, so anything that you find out there, that's all coming from me. I also am Izzy Beth on the internet everywhere. So some youngins have come in trying to steal my handle, but I've had it since I was 16, 20 years, so ain't nobody gonna take it from me. Anyway.
First, right here.
I was here first. Okay. Back when role playing was texting in AOL chat rooms. So,
The good old days.
God, do you remember those?
yes.
Remember away? Do you remember away messages?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Away
You got
messages
me.
were everything.
Mm-hmm. So
Especially if
important.
you left like song lyrics or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've been
I was
using
very
mine
good
since
at that.
probably since like the internet started. I've been naked Wookiee for like 20 years.
There you go.
Sorry, I say it wrong. Naked Wookiee is how it's spelled.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
took it was
have
just
the internet until I was a man.
I was just totally talking to myself.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Till I was a man.
And MySpace, but we won't go down that rabbit hole. Okay, so let's
MySpace. Oh god,
I know. Mine's still out there.
that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go back down.
Clear
Mhm.
tags.
All right, so recap. We laughed,
Sure, Friendster.
huh?
Live
Oh,
journal.
yes.
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
live journal.
Yeah. Okay, so we last left the Bums of Greenest on your 37th. It was actually your 38th. I'm on the wrong one. We rejoined the Bums of Greenest the morning after one of the youngest members of the caravan, a young human guard named Orvustia, was killed while defending the wagons from ettercaps and giant spiders who were attempting to make a meal out of some of the horses. The adventurers, disguised as a merchant and his wagon guard, chased down the monsters and were able to retrieve the horses as well as the body of the young woman, at least promising her a proper burial as opposed to being consumed by humanoid arachnids and their ilk. Sulasdeg, the Pole, has taken the loss quite hard and currently sits in silence with Green Imsa on the Hoper's wagon, watching over the body and a small hair comb with red jewels. Uh-oh, somebody's got feedback. It's like really loud.
That was you, buddy.
Okay, sorry. Small hair comb with red jewels, which appears to have been worn in Orvustia's hair. Erdnot made some entries in his journal concerning the incident and had a short talk with Zan. Arik and Zan began to train and discuss a little bit about traditions in each other's cultures, taking the opportunity to learn more about one another. Eldkin had come around, letting everybody know that due to the incident that happened the day before, the caravan has decided to take the day to just kind of recover here as a group. She inferred that the cultist wagons, although she does not know they are cultist wagons, were not too happy about the decision to stop. But you have a little bit of the day. So at the moment we have Zan and Arik chatting over in the corner. What's everybody else doing?
Going to the back quick to the thing that Zan and I discussed in the downtime or RP thing. How do I go about like game rules wise teaching him how to like read and write the runes?
So we would have to figure out like how long that kind of training would take for learning a new language. Enough to just kind of read basic. It's probably going to be like a good 6 months or so to be like much better if you just think about how long it takes to like learn enough of a language as an adult person. To like be able to speak it, it would probably be like a good year, and that would depend on how much
Well,
time.
it's not speaking. From what I understand, the way dwarves speak is different from the runes. It's not like a direct thing. Like the
Yeah.
runes is you read it and you write it, but then the language is different. It's like kind of like a separate thing from the reading I've done on it.
Okay, so you can teach somebody another language, but it's going to be a few months. So we can talk about like what that looks like for sure.
Zan, the ever expanding has to be the jack of all trades. Now Erdnot's got to teach.
Don't be fresh.
Dan doesn't have much life experience.
Don't act like
And
you
he's-
don't love it.
He
You
loves
love
it.
And he says he's not a grumpy old man.
I'm gonna be taking care of Balu,
Okay. So you're over,
just like brushing down the horse.
sure. Anybody else? Is there anything anybody wants to...
talking to her.
Oh,
Micaiah would go over to the pole
okay.
and just speak with him.
All right, so currently you walk over and the pole is sitting on the back of the wagon. He hasn't moved since the night before. So her body is kind of like laid out on the inside of this open wagon, and he is sitting facing and looking down at her, like her head is towards him and her feet are further away. And that little comb is sitting on her chest, and I mean she's all wrapped up in a sheet, so you can't see her. But and sitting right next to him, Green Imsa is just sitting there with like her hand on his arm, like his like lower arm, but she's not. They're not saying anything. She's just sitting there quietly, and he's sitting there quietly.
So Micaiah, obviously recognizing that he is very solemn, would be kind of uncharacteristically quiet, but just sort of go over next to him, not too close, but close enough that he knows I'm there, and just say, you know, I know that you were close to her. I'm really sorry for your loss.
He looks over and he nods and he says, "Thank you. I appreciate that, Micaiah of the Wild."
I really would have loved the opportunity to train her. She seemed like a fierce young woman.
That she was.
I know that you'll honor her, and I know that she would appreciate that. So you got to go on knowing that you're gonna make sure that her death means something.
He just kind of nods and doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, she would just sort of nod in return and sort of walk off.
All right. Anyone else for the rest of this day? So I assume Arik and Zan, you're going to get some training in together. And, all right.
When we're done training, we would walk back to the group, I'm assuming, Zen, and is that little comb just sitting out in the open on the body?
It is, but the pole is like right there.
All right, never mind. You want to say something to Zan about hopefully the thief? I can't remember her name. Doesn't take the comb, doesn't steal it. But if he's right there, then there's no real point.
All right. Nothing else for that day? Okay. So the day goes on, very quiet. One thing that you do notice is as the evening kind of starts to set and like the little fireflies start to come out again, and they're all different colors out there, you do see Minxie. She separates herself from the cultist group and then goes out, and it's been several days since you've seen this, but she goes out and starts to like look at the fireflies again, and seems a little bit happier, although she's not like dancing. She's just like moved away and is on her own catching fireflies like she used to.
No.
The other cult members are okay with it?
Yeah, you don't see any kind of reaction from specifically Braxton, who seemed to be the only one who was like really caring about her interactions with you. So yeah, you don't see him. You see him like look over at her as she goes, but then he just kind of goes back to his thing. Every once in a while, he checks in to make sure, like he looks over at you and then he looks over at her. But when you don't go over, or if you don't go over, then he has no reaction further.
Was it just Erdnot that he wanted to stay away from her, or was it all of us?
He specifically was targeting Erdnot with his talk, but you you guys are hired guards in this moment, and so like you're hired hands as far as he's concerned, and not his focus.
It would probably still look weird and not acceptable if any of you go over and talk to her. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe Abaddon should try to
But
go.
hey, you're only the hired help, so. No, I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm not fuxing with that shit again.
Okay.
I think she and I are on some okay terms, so I'll just kind of follow her over there.
Okay. So she's over, you know, a little bit further away, probably only like 20 feet away from the cultist wagons. And she's just kind of like humming to herself, and she's got probably like 3 fireflies in her hand, and she's just.
I'm not gonna sneak up on her or anything. I'm just gonna. Hi. Oh, they're beautiful, aren't they?
She looks over and she's like, "Oh, hi. Yep, aren't they?" And she holds her hand out a little bit so that you can see them. And they don't fly away. They're just kind of sitting there and blinking.
You haven't been out in a while. You've been alone. Are you okay?
Like, "Oh, I've been with the rest of the group. I've been fine."
Okay.
She
Quite a
looks
thing that happened.
back. And she just looks down at her fireflies as she says that.
It's pretty sad that girl died. She's dead. Whew, everybody's really torn up about it.
She looks up and she's like, "Yeah, that is very, very sad. But, you know, it's a really dangerous profession being a caravan guard. So it's not unexpected, although it is very sad."
Have you been a guard before?
"No, I'm just a teamster. I run the wagon. I'm not a guard. I don't have those skills, you know?"
I'm not sure if I even have those skills, Minxie.
Oh. You might want to let your employer know that. I don't know how much he's paying you, but it would probably be good to know if one of his guards not really a guard.
Oh, I didn't say that at all. I'm a great guard.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little intimidating is all.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, when the fighting starts, I can just go hide. But I guess you have to run right into it. Dangerous stuff.
It's true.
That's dangerous stuff.
What did you think of all those giant spiders and everything coming and attacking us?
Those were so disgusting.
Right.
I screamed so loud. But then I hid and I was fine after that. Let everybody else do the fighting. So how are you doing? How are you guys doing over there? And she looks over at Erdnot, but not really trying to make eye contact, just looking.
Well, I mean, you know, the pole is really upset about this event, and I guess that girl Micaiah was going to help to train Orestia, and everybody's pretty shook up she was just so young. Everybody's just kind of seems like they're don't really know what to do with themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you guys all look kind of bummed over there. But I mean, did you really even know her?
I mean, me? No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Me either.
sad, but what are you gonna do, right?
Right. What are you gonna do?
Shit happens.
Yeah. Although, don't let
How about
anybody hear
you
you say
guys?
that. Because that's.
Wait, what do you mean? Why?
It's tactless. It's just a really tactless thing to say.
Oh, I guess you're right, Manx. How are you guys making out? Is anybody sad over there?
She looks over to like the rest of the group who are all kind of doing their thing, and she's like, "No. I mean, again, she was a guard, and guarding is dangerous. And I think,
Oh,
like I said, I think that some of the other people just have other things on their mind, like James and Philok. Wink, wink.
What? Oh, Minxie, you are a minx.
You guys should keep an eye on them. I'm just saying, because it's kind of funny. He is so not her type. I don't understand, but to each their own. To each their own.
You know who I'm kind of worried about in a way is Imsa. She's really shook up. She won't leave the pole side, and she's really affected by this. Do you know her at all?
Yeah, we chat. I
Yeah.
mean, I think she's a nice girl, so she probably has like a lot of empathy for situations like this. So I'm not surprised. She seems to have a lot of friends in the caravan, so she's nice. We've talked.
She seems to like you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who doesn't?
You're right, Minxie. Well, I'm gonna go back and join my group. Nice talking.
Nice talking to you, Abby.
See you later, Minx.
Keep up that training. Guard training. Okay, bye. And actually, as you're walking away, you do notice, because she had pointed it out, you do see, as the sun is going down, you watch Philok kind of leave the group. She walks a little bit past the direction where you were with Minxie, and like heads out into the woods on her own. Just quietly.
What'd you say?
Just quietly. She just kind of
okay.
nonchalantly heads out.
Or having a rogue with like +10 stealth would be fantastic.
And
I mean, Sand and Madonna have decent stealth, but Eckert and myself, like, we might as well just bang pots and pans through the woods.
yeah, and Erdnot, like,
so great.
10 minutes later or so, when you look out there, like look out towards that cultist group of wagons, you do notice, because you had been paying attention about James's whereabouts, that you don't see him.
What about the naked guy that we found? He's still with us.
Yeah,
what's he been up
Carlon.
to this whole time?
Carlon's there. He's been kind of keeping himself busy helping Warand the whole time. Like anything that she kind of needs, he's there by her side, because he kind of filled in that gap. As when he came on, he noticed that none of the others were like really stepping up. Enom was helping a little bit, but he has stepped in. So wherever you see Warand, he's kind of like over with her, the older human woman in her, like, 50s, like mid to late 50s. He helps her gather everything, so he's always around if you needed to chat with him.
I don't think I don't think I have anything. I'm not Harper.
All right. All right, I'm gonna skip through the rest of this day / night if you're good with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
All right, the
I
next.
would, actually, really quick, I'm sorry. I would
Nope.
make sure that before we went to sleep, I take that that new sword of mine. The I'm so sorry. What was it? Was I know it was
Marn the Courageous. Yep.
Marn the Courageous.
Mhm.
And I would make sure to like maybe tuck it underneath my pack or something like that, where I sleep, like right underneath my sleeping pack, just so it can't go missing.
Okay. And that's the sword you're using, right? +1.
Technically, I think I would probably I kind of thought about I'd have like both strapped to my back. Like if you've ever seen The Witcher, he has like
Yeah.
two long swords on his back.
Right.
So
Everybody wants to be the Witcher. Who doesn't want to be him?
I have two long swords. What are you gonna do?
All right.
Comfort sword. Exactly.
He's amazing.
So another couple of days goes by as you guys continue on your trial. Hi, Lee.
You weren't that stealthy. You rolled a nat 1 on stealth, and Izzy saw you immediately.
I wasn't trying
Like,
to be.
what's a nat one?
The last couple times somebody came in, they almost get the crap out of me.
She says hi.
All right, so another couple of days goes by. The Hoper, who's got Urvestia's body on the back of the wagon, he kind of like is in the end of the caravan as like day, 2.5 or so starts to come around of having this body rotting in the back of his wagon. So to try to keep the smell at bay for the rest of the caravan, they end up being at the end.
Is it actually liquefying from the spider?
So nobody has tried to like unwrap her, but you've definitely seen like color changing on the bottom part of the wrapping. So not sure, but nobody's tried to like look at her.
Poor girl's family. It's like, I'm sorry she didn't make it along the path. Here you go.
Well, her family, from what you understand, is in Baldur's Gate, so she's not gonna be like. The poll indicated that she's from Baldur's Gate.
Okay, I thought she was like we're dropping her off to her family that was
No,
next town, like a day away or something.
No, so you're on your way to Daggerford next, and so he had said to you that he was going to have her buried in the city of Daggerford so that her kin can come visit her, as opposed to out in the middle of danger country where they can't go see her. So the goal is to get to. Yeah, the goal is to get to Daggerford.
I was saying, by the time we get there, he's gonna be carrying the poor girl in a bucket.
Yeah, right.
Like, pour her into the grave.
I mean, we could we could put her in an empty keg, an empty barrel, and just kind of send her back.
No, I don't.
Ew.
I don't think you guys have to worry about it once you get here. Nat, awesome. Thank you for the host. And Alberon, they lost their wizard. He had to go on a journey of his own, so they don't have any prestidigitation to make the smell better, unfortunately. If only Ari were here.
Ari.
all the things that you guys
damn
need.
Gnome. Damn gnome.
I cast Febreze.
So you we'll say it's morning 40, and the first thing that you all wake up to that particular morning is this like loud yell that you hadn't really heard before. And when you wake up, you guys kind of like push open from your tents and everything, and you can see the pole standing at the end of the wagon, and he's like looking around, And he turns and he says, "It's gone! Who took it?" And he's like yelling out. And this is like the first time that you've seen him have any real kind of, other than just being very kind of even and calm, but he looks like that intense look in his eyes that usually is like, you've all gotten used to at this point and you're like, hey, that's just the way he looks. Like now it's like just full of rage, and he's looking around at everyone and then like going back to look in the cart. And you see,
When you said I heard a loud scream, I pictured like a loud, high-pitched girl scream, and then you said it was the pole.
I said yell, I think. Where is it?
Micaiah definitely would have ran over to the pole, seeing his reaction and just kind of feeling like a connection with him a bit. Would have been concerned for him. She would have ran up to him and just said, "What do you mean? What's gone? What's taken?"
Runs up with his battle axe in hand.
He looks at you just a little and then keeps looking, and he says, who would have such disrespect for the dead? Orvustia's comb. It is missing. I placed it on her body. I've looked everywhere. I would have noticed if it fell, and it was there when we went to sleep. Someone is taking it! And he looks out and like yells that out across the caravan, and you can see like a bunch of people's eyes are just like, it's almost like everyone looks guilty in that moment, even though, you know,
I
probably
was this
not.
close. I said something in the Eric said something in the downtime RP, or no, actually, I think I was going to, Pat, with Zan. And then I just brought it up now. I knew I should have said something. Damn it.
So Warand comes running over too, and she's like, she puts her hand on his shoulder, and she's like, we can keep looking. We don't know necessarily that anyone took it. That's a very serious charge to make, and we can just keep looking. Are you sure it was there? And he like pulls his arm away and he says, I don't need to be patronized. I have been watching over her since she joined our caravan. It was there when I went to sleep. It's not here when I wake up this morning. Someone took it.
We're gonna find it.
Who else in our group
Gonna find
is here during this raucousness?
Everyone, I mean, it's the morning, so everybody's there. Unless...
I know, but like Micaiah and I specifically said we ran over. Is everyone else nearby a run over as well, or?
No, that's a good question.
All right.
Yes.
Then Ernot will look at Vidania.
Yeah, I don't want to metagame too much, but
Vidalia told you guys that she saw.
Yeah, that's why Ernot looked at Vidania and says,
What was our plan with that? Are we letting him know?
yes.
oh. Ernot would, but Ernot is not the eyewitness.
Eric would step forward and he would say to him, to the pole, me and one other that I know of have also been stolen from at night on this trip. We've been looking for the thief, trying to do so somewhat secretively as to not cause a rift in the caravan, but nothing. This is unconscionable. This is wrong. This needs to be dealt with. And then I would look at I would turn to look at Avedon and just kind of, hey, you're the other one who got something stolen from.
I didn't run over.
I thought everybody was over there.
Well,
I didn't.
Avedon
Okay.
is, so
Never
everyone
mind.
is within, so the way the caravan works, you can all see each other. So you can see Avedon standing over at her tent. And she just hasn't, she can hear you just fine. She just hasn't come over to the group. She's just like,
Well, then I wouldn't do that. Then I would just say what I said. I wouldn't say like, hey, get over her. I would just say what I said. That's all.
so the pole looks at you and he says, so do you have any idea as to who it is that has been stealing? What has been stolen from you?
A drift globe that I had found off a body, and from the other person, something of sentimental value. We have some leads. We should probably talk somewhat privately.
Come. And he just does a head thingy and steps off like outside of the caravan circle about like 15-20 feet.
I'm gonna just kind of I'm gonna do one of those same things like for the rest of the crew. Like, hey, come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
Makai would be following.
Waron stays next to the cart with the Hoper as well, who's like, everyone, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for this all. Don't worry, we'll get through it. We've gotten this far as a group. He's like doing his, optimistic leadership chat to try to calm everyone down. You can see like people start talking to one another. I mean, your caravan group's pretty big, and so like Nuhar and his brother are like kind of signing. He's like signing to him and signing back. So
Turns to Vidania and says, "You best go, lass. You're the only witness."
so you guys walk over with the pole, who's just out of earshot of most people, but like not hiding or anything.
I would look over at just stare at
Abaddon's
Vidania,
still, like,
wait for
in
her
her
to say
tent.
something.
Seeing who's actually here. Like, did our entire wagon just walk over with the pole, or is
I'll be
Abaddon
right
still
back,
by
guys.
her tent?
Give me one second. I'm
Okay.
sorry. What the hell was that?
No, I'm heading over with everybody.
All right, so everybody goes over. Does anybody stay behind? I guess that's a better question. No. Okay. All right, so you're all standing there.
Zan will stay behind just to see if he can, because he knows it's Imsa. He'll just not approach her, but just see if he can see her, just to keep his eye on her.
Okay. All right.
When they go to the like, or not went, but he's like not going to be in that like direct group. He's gonna be standing behind because again, like nothing was stolen from him. He just knows who it was and what has been seen, but is not an eyewitness. So he's gone with the group, but he's not like going to be talking face to face with the pole. He's just gonna be standing behind people who've actually have issue here.
Okay.
Also kind of half keeping eye on things like as more specifically the cult members and stuff, but trying to be nonchalant about it.
Okay. So Zan, as you're watching Imsa, you just see her kind of like go over a little bit and talking to Radisir, and you can make an insight check as you're watching her.
Sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
I heard a really, really loud bang, and it sounded like somebody falling. So I just want to make sure that nobody had an aneurysm, died in my house, or something like that. That's all.
That's a 5.
Okay. So you don't have like lip reading, huh?
What did he roll?
He was rolling insight because he's watching Imsa while you guys all go talk to the pole. So you can't like lip read or anything, but you see her kind of like talking and like whispering a little bit to him, and then like going kind of like and just having a little chat with him. And Erdnot, you see like the cultist wagons who are kind of over on their own. For a little bit they seemed interested, but then like once the poll goes over, most of the rest of the group just kind of like goes back to doing whatever it was that they were doing. Braxton continues to watch. Wexler continues to watch, and Herkrock continues to watch your group. They're not hiding it. They're just kind of like standing there, almost like if something were to go down, they would be ready, whatever it is. But everyone else just kind of seems like not interested anymore. So you stand there in front of the pole.
Grab
Oh, go ahead.
Vidania by the shoulder. I want to, like, as we're walking, just be like, Vidania! And I'll be like, what are they going to do? I mean, you saw, I'm whispering, I'm being quiet. You saw Imsa stealing that night. But she told me that Minxie gave her that jewel. I'm not sure what the real story is, V.
They're working together.
I don't know. But even if we were to say that Minxie was responsible for all this, does that mean that... What would that mean for our caravan? Will they stand by her?
Probably. I don't know. All I know
man.
is I saw Green Imsa. Rifling through guy's coins. I don't know who it was.
Aldor.
But if you were to... We can't... If we were to even go through all of her things, like, it's just coins. There's no proof still. If the horse is there, then there's proof. And if his ball will...
Say it. Say it.
If that's there, then there's proof.
So you guys are kind of standing there, and you guys are whispering to one another, and the pole is standing, and then he kind of like folds his arms, and it's not that he's necessarily hearing you, he's looking to all of you like he's very angry, and he's waiting for somebody to talk.
I would step forward and I would say, so one of us had seen someone in the caravan rifling through someone else's things in the middle of the night. If also actually, would I know that she popped up in, like, Imsa popped up in Vidania's tent that day?
Yeah, she told you guys.
I told everyone. It was so weird.
So she also just kind of appeared in one of our tents one morning, almost as if she was caught in the middle of doing something. That's who it was. I don't want to cast accusations, but it's pretty damning. And I would look over at Vidania and just try to get her to say who she thought it was, since she was the one. So
I in a guard one night. I saw Green Imsa going through all doors, things, a handful of coins. Snuff back to her.
sorry, that was a motorcycle.
A wagon.
That was the pole growling.
I have proof. Don't have proof that she took the other things. No, this one instance where I saw her.
He sighs a little bit, and he says, so you say you witnessed her doing this that evening. Well, I think the only next step is to go speak with her. Let's go. And he heads over, pushes past you guys, and heads straight over back into the caravan. You guys standing there, you following him?
Makai is following him. As she's following him, she's asking him, "How well do you know her? What do you know about her?"
He says, "I've only known her as long as we've been on the caravan." and kind of keeps it at that as he walks over. She's kind of now sitting over with Radisir, and they're just kind of chatting. And she keeps like looking over at Carlon. She's still like paying attention, and then she looks up and she sees you all heading over to her, and her face like shifts just slightly. Oh, you all right over there? Have it on. She watches you guys like coming towards her, and the pole says, "Imsa, we must have a word." And then he walks back. He doesn't wait for her or anything. This is not how he operates. So he walks back over to like a few feet away, where like you start to see like the rest of the caravan, like Nuhar and Selvek are kind of like looking, but like not really looking. The Hoper is chatting with Borand, but he's kind of keeping an eye out. And then like as the pole walks away and Green Imsa like looks at Radisir, who's like, takes out his pipe and starts smoking it. She stands up and heads over to meet with the pole just over there. And then as that's happening, the Hoper also comes over to meet you all. And he doesn't say anything at this point. He's just like kind of, standing there. And the pole turns around and looks at Imsa, who's just kind of looking up at him, and then like looking at you guys. And he says, Vidania here says that she witnessed you rummaging through the belongings of Aldor. And Aldor like hears his name and he's like, "What? What was that? What was that?" And then he like starts going through his stuff, like going through all his things. And he says, "I would like to give you a chance to speak for yourself, as unfortunately with this type of revelation, it appears that you may be our first suspect in the stealing of Orvustia's comb." And Imsa's face, she's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't steal anything from Aldor or go through his things. I've never touched anything of his, and I would never touch anything of Orvustia's especially after she's dead, but not ever." And she's looking at all of you like, "Who says Vidania said? When did you see me do this? Allegedly."
The other night,
She says,
I was keeping guard.
I'm a very heavy sleeper. I don't get up in the middle of the night. No. You can search my things. I don't have anything. And like you kind of see her face like kind of shift a little bit in that moment too. And the pole says, "I think that is going to be necessary. If you could point us to your belongings, we'll start." And she's like, right over here. And she leads you guys all over to where her tent is set up. It's just like a very simple, there's a bedroll in it, and she's got like her stuff inside there. And she just kind of like, "Go ahead. Take a look."
It's up to the
Anybody? No? Okay.
Annie looks like she's about to dance. Like one of those TikTok
Right.
things,
Those things the kids are doing.
Yeah.
So the pole goes and he says, "If someone could help me, it would be appreciated. This would go faster, even just one. I don't want to make this take longer than it has to, so..."
I will help. Makai will step forward.
Zan will help.
Okay. So you guys go through, make investigation checks. He's kind of like pulling her stuff out. There isn't too much to go through, but if you're depending on how well you roll, I guess we'll see
18.
how how much you find. 18?
Arik is also going to take a couple steps back
18.
just to kind of like
Oh, Micaiah also
watch
got an 18.
the whole. Nice. Watch the entire area
Yeah.
of like the wagon itself,
218.
just to make sure that she doesn't run away or anything like that.
18 club.
Okay.
Same
s-
in 2020.
So you go through, you make a pretty thorough search of her things, and I mean, without being like crazy about it, like cutting things up, but like feeling around to see if there's any like hard baubles or coins stuffed in anywhere, and you don't find anything like out of the ordinary. There's like nothing in there. She's got a bag, some clothes. There's like a little purse in there that has like maybe 6 copper in there. Um, and some like basic toiletries, essentially, like whatever women would have to carry with them back in medieval sort of magic times. But nothing out of the ordinary in there, and you feel like you've done a really good job of looking at her stuff. And when you're done, like the pole comes and looks over at you, Vidania, and he says, "Nothing. Could find nothing on her." And she's just kind of sitting there like, "I told you. I would never do that."
Could she?
I would
Okay.
just kind of turn a little bit quietly to everybody, but say, what if we're dealing with like a shapeshifter type of deal here? Somebody impersonating her.
It's true. I mean,
Or what
hell,
if
you
she?
can turn it. You
What
can
if
turn it
she
to
has an
whatever.
accomplice?
Or what if she's?
Just like her.
Or she could have an.
She could stash.
She
it.
could have an accomplice.
Be stashing it somewhere
Right.
else.
We don't have proof for anything like an accomplice. Could we maybe check the wagon? Maybe check inside the wagon to see if she would have hid it there? Would that be possible?
Yeah, so as you guys start walking over to the wagon, Vidania and Zan, I believe. Hold on, let me just double check one thing. Yeah. Vidania and Zan, you like notice something out of the corner of your eye. I'll have you both roll me perception checks.
DM, if it's appropriate, can
17.
I check to see if she is wearing the jewelry that she showed me?
Yeah, you just can look over at her. She is not. There's nothing. So the clothing that she wears is like pretty loose, not like overly, although it's a little bit chilly, like she has a cloak, but like what she had was like this very shiny necklace, and she is definitely not wearing it.
Does she have any packs or pouches on her?
Yeah, she does.
Maybe we should check those. It's something I totally didn't even think of. It's like obvious.
What were your rolls? Vidania and Zan.
17.
Sorry, Vidania, what was that?
20.
20? All right.
Crap. Pays to have perception.
So Vidania, you notice, well, both of you and Zan both notice, Radisir, the rock gnome who Imsa was chatting with, you see him kind of like slowly sneaking away, like out of the camp. By the time you see him, he's probably about like 15 feet away and like sort of starting to disappear into the woods. And Vidania, at that same moment, you see another Radisir about 30 feet away from that, who is also sneaking into the woods.
That's all you have to say. Whoa.
Guys, did you see that?
Can,
Whoa. I
can
know
Zan
Kung Fu.
Hunters mark him?
Sure. So let me see here.
So
You-
only those two noticed that?
Only those two,
Right now?
and actually, Zan, you only saw one. Vidania, you see both. So Zan, you see this. You see Radisir heading into the woods, and Vidania, like you're a little bit shifted over, and you can see like where Zan's vision is obscured by one of the wagons. You can see one heading that way, and one heading out that way. And so Zan, hold on, I'm rolling something here. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. Wrong chat. So yes, you attempt to hunter's mark, but there's nothing, it doesn't catch. So what are you guys doing? Like you cast your hunter's mark, but it doesn't seem to catch anything.
I'll look over to Vidania and say, I think he's creating some sort of illusion. Do you see anything?
Casters. That way. That way. Follow.
Are you guys gonna follow them?
I didn't catch.
Yeah, you kind of cut out.
I couldn't hear anything.
We follow? There's two of them. Then
She said
I
there's.
still can't hear anything she said.
you hear me?
Yeah, you keep cutting out. I heard her say there's two of them. Do you want to follow them? So as you're doing this, they're disappearing. They're starting to disappear into the woods. And
Can Zan see the other one now?
only if you guys are heading off. Like, are you gonna go try to follow?
Zan would like to try to follow.
All right, Vidania, are you following as well?
So you guys are just walking off?
Yeah. So you guys see
Right?
Zan and Vidania like start heading off in that direction. All right, I'll have
Everybody
you both.
fucking in the woods.
I'll have you both roll.
Don't tell your teammates.
Before we're 30 feet away, Zan will use his quiver to Erdnot, saying, we're gonna check out Center.
So, well, can you guys,
What do you-
Vidania and Zan,
He froze on me. Did anyone hear?
Yeah.
yeah, you said we're gonna go check out Radisir.
All right, because he's frozen and he's got the most high-look face on right now. I'm gonna try to screenshot. Every time I go take a screenshot on people's funny faces, it unfreezes.
Oh, you know what?
So
Actually,
not turned like, the fuck?
okay, so our giveaway is done. So this is actually a really good segue. We'll pause for a second. So now that we've hit affiliate, our goal is to we have a wish list of items for everybody, like headsets and everything, to try to make the stream better and so everybody can hear each other. We were playing in person for a while, and not everybody on our team here is the most tech savvy. I think I'm not saying anything everybody doesn't know.
Liz.
At this point, we have been playing
Rude.
online more than we played in person.
By far. Now, Nat
I think we only
just said in
got
the
it.
chat that she forgot to enter.
Oh, you can do it actually. It still says that there's 2 minutes left. Oh, I can hear myself.
Zan, you've got a ton of feedback on your end, Zan.
Sounds like a
Feedback?
like a fan in the background.
Fan or AC.
Oh, it's probably the AC.
I think you can still do it. You want to try Nat? Awesome. I think you're already also entered anyway, but. So you just type hashtag 30new20. I think, yeah, 30new20. I don't know if it'll let you. Will it let you? Let's see. If not, I think I can add you anyway. Maybe not. I'm still learning how this works, but no. Damn it. No, it didn't work.
Too bad that it wasn't a way to do it with dice or something.
Oh, hold on. I just reopened it, so try it now.
Does everybody have to do it?
No, just people who are entering. So, yeah, so our goal is with, yay, yes, I see you on here. Anybody else who wants to get their little voter thingy in or attempt to get in, it's open for another minute or so. So yeah, we're gonna use all of our donations and subs and bits and anything that we get to improve the stream, get people some new gear so that everybody's not using very, very old, like, I don't know, headset thingy mabobs, and so everybody can hear each other. Although I don't know, Vidania, your headset is used for WoW all the time, so I don't know. It might just be Discord. The headphones you got with your Walkmans in 1994.
Yeah, the very first Walkman I ever had wasn't a little one. It was a big, like, suitcase-looking thing.
Oh,
It had
yeah.
a shoulder strap on it, and it had my very first cassette in it. My dad found it at his old job. It was Some Gay Volve by Billy Ray Cyrus, with an achy breaky heart on it. Yeah.
All right, I'm closing it. Okay, and now it's gonna pick a winner. So here we go. I just pressed this button and it works, allegedly. And if it's one of us, then I have to pick a different winner because we can't win it. Nat Awesome.
Oh shit, there you go.
Oh,
Nat Awesome is our winner. Good thing you went in. There you go. It did it automatically too. Great. Fabulous.
Yay!
Yahoo!
Yay! So how does this work? So I'm just gonna
Yay,
message
how does
you. I'm just gonna message you the code, and as soon as it's made available for I don't know, the general public, I guess, then you'll be able to use it to create and get a colored mini that you create custom yourself. So, hooray! All right, so that was easy.
I really
Liz, you
can't
did
wait
it!
to
I
get
did.
color on all my minis.
Oh, Lord Byron wants a recount. So there
This is
were
in Florida.
2 of you,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are
and
you, Florida Lord
one
Byron?
of you won.
Good.
Okay, so also we are going to be doing our next giveaway for when we hit 100 followers is going to be, and I wonder if this is going to pop up. There we go. You can win a gift card to CozyGamer.com's store, and she makes beautiful, gorgeous, unbelievable dice. And so this is a $30 gift card for that store. She's got metal dice and resin and all different kinds, actually. This one that I have pictured here, I'm just in love with it. It's copper and moss in resin, and I just think it's great. But anyway, so she's going to be making a little announcement on her social media, and I mean, I believe that they are like good for using in games. Like, they are not weighted to be rolling ones all the time. But usually you find like metal dice and they're like $85. Hers are like 32, 36. So it's not like crazy expensive. And they're very, very nice. If I was playing more and I wasn't spending all like in person and I wasn't spending all my money doing online play, I would probably buy some myself. But anyway, so once we hit 100 followers, we will do this, and then we're gonna start doing giveaways for like subs and everything as well. Trying to get some sub goals and get you guys some new headsets.
Brony goes away. We can all buy these lovely dice.
Yes.
When we're playing in person again.
Right. I did win a die.
And we can celebrate with subs.
There you go. Meatball sub.
I could totally go for an Italian sub.
Italian sub.
Yeah. Arik, we lost you. I don't know if that was on purpose, but
I think it is.
oh, was it?
He's probably making
Doing
himself a
it and his
sandwich.
camera's off.
Oh, well, I am
Probably is,
Abaddon.
He's probably
Ice
making
cream or
himself some
something.
tea. Let's face it.
Some egg.
Keurig tea.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and send the code now. Oops. Nope. Okay.
Congratulations, Nat. Awesome.
And awesome. I'll be playing in her game tomorrow. And I'm gonna be a recurring character. I'm building my character right now. So tomorrow at 8:30
Awesome.
p.m. Eastern time. You can watch over at Nat Awesome, and oh, I can do a shout out thingy. Hold on, I've made all these things, and I'm going to use it. Hold on. Let's see if it works. Woo! There we go.
Out of the corner over there. Ever.
Huh?
I said it's true. I can't get you out of that damn corner.
I know. It should get easier now because I have most things set up, whereas I've spent all this time trying to learn how everything works, so now that I'm getting it, it shouldn't be as bad. Okay, hold on. Where are my thingies that I'm doing?
Sorry, am I back, guys?
Yeah, you're back. I see you.
All right.
Yep,
Sorry
you're
about
back.
Okay, I got the code. I'm just gonna send it
Find a damn
to
charger in this
her
house.
before I screw it up and forget and never see her again. Although I will be seeing her tomorrow. Alright, so I just messaged you the code on Discord, and that code, once they go live with releasing it to everybody, that should be able to get you a free mini. Your very, very own. Okay, I'm going to put this away, and we will continue on. So, Arik and Micaiah, was it? Or Arik and Vidania, were you guys going? Oh, no, Vidania was going off. Arik and Micaiah, were you guys going to go check Green Imsa's
Zan.
stuff?
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I thought you said Vidania. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vidania and
we'll-
Zan are
we'll-
heading off.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And Zan ran off, and Zan sent me a mental message. Like,
Yes.
I don't chase after them, but I can just kind of move in their direction because I'm confused. I want to see what the hell they're like running off after.
Okay. So Arik and Micaiah, you head over, and Abaddon, you're there too, and Erdnot is kind of paying attention to the other two. So you step forward, and you see, Green Imsa has like a couple of small pouches on her person, and she sees you step forward, and she takes a step back.
Who is it that
Who
steps
stepped-
forward?
Arik and Micaiah stepped forward, and Green Imsa took a step back when she saw that.
Well, what's the matter, darling? You got something to hide?
And she says, I don't feel comfortable with you now, like, touching me all over my body to try to find whatever it is that you're looking for. You looked, and it wasn't there. I don't know why you need to search my person. if I was
Have
One of
stealing
my
stuff,
party members saw you very clearly, and I feel like if you don't have anything to hide, then you won't mind showing us. We
she
don't have to touch you. You can
We're not
show
a
us.
TSA.
um she's like,
Put on the gloves.
I don't know what your friend saw, but it wasn't me. I don't go around stealing stuff from people, and I don't appreciate being accused of it either. And Aldor, you hear, like, kind of from, like, the peanut gallery over there, he's like, they did already accuse me of stealing. That one there. He came right up to me and accused me of stealing, so maybe they don't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, I am missing money. And so, like, the pole is looking at you guys, and looking at Imsa, and he says, well, whoever stole Orvustia's comb, at this point, I would be willing to look the other way as long as it's returned as soon as possible. If not, and I find out who you are, there will be hell to pay. And he just kind of walks away at that point. And Imsa looks at the two of you and she's like, it wasn't me. So
I know what it's like to be accused of something that you. Is there anything that you have seen, any kind of thoughts that you might have that might point us in the correct direction if it wasn't you?
she shakes her head and she's like, nope. And even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. That's how people get got.
Snitches get
Brings
stitches.
his attention,
Dumped in the
attention
ditches.
back. Well, actually, before, so, did I see what they were running after? Or was it already too far gone?
Yeah, it was already too far gone, and your passive perception is a 9, so no, you didn't see. But so Vidania and Zan, I need you to make.
Didn't Zen tell you though?
No, he just said
Did you
something
say
about.
He cut out.
I said we have a runner.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
Vidania.
don't know what that meant exactly.
You
Yeah.
guys are so vague.
So Vidania and Zan, I just need stealth checks from you.
Shit. 7.
19.
11,
7.
7. Okay. Yeah, I need to look at it. No. Oh no, that was it. So as you're trying to be stealthy, like for once, actually, Zan, you're feeling really good about it. You've got Vidania by your side. You're both gonna be super quiet, and then like almost right away, she gets like slapped in the face with a branch, and she's like, ah, and like makes this like audible like shit, and you see as you've been watching, like these two Rataseers kind of heading off into the woods, you see them both stop, both turn around to look, and then let me see here real quick. They both disappear.
Man, they're gone.
I'm sorry, I totally cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, so you guys are walking through. Vidania gets slapped in the face with a branch. She makes an audible, oh shit. And then the two Rataseer gnomes, the two small gnomes, turn around, and then they both blink out of existence. Did you hear me?
So much for we
I
got a
heard you that time.
Okay.
I'll
Have you ever
look
seen
at.
anything like this before,
Disappeared
Zan?
often.
No, perhaps maybe we should try and see if there's any tracks left. See if we can figure out which way they went.
All right. So are you which? So there was one to the right, one to the left. Which one are you? Which way are you going? Which one are you going to track? Or both? I mean, are you both going to do separate?
What do you think, Vidania? Should we split up or choose one or the other?
Stick together. Know what we're dealing with.
All right, right or left?
So,
Right.
what do you say? The one on the right?
I hear what he said.
You're gonna go for the one on the right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So both
the
of
one on the
you,
right.
either both of you make a survival check for me, or one of you with advantage.
I'm proficient. I don't know. Do you want to do our own?
+4.
Okay, so you both are.
Me. Yeah.
17.
17.
22.
Ooh.
All right.
22.
So as you both are going, you can see, you definitely can see tracks being going through the brush, and you can see broken branches. It's clear that somebody has been running through. Let's see here. So we lost Micaiah. Let's see. And she's back. And she's back. I'm just gonna see how long something lasts. I should have done this before, but I could also learn how to spell. Okay, yeah. So, are you being stealthy, or are you just kind of like going for it since your cover's been blown?
I'd say we're just kind of going for it since they already know we're on their tail.
Okay. So as you're going, you can definitely see that you're able to track this person where they're going. So you go about like 500 or so like yards. You're like about 1,500 feet or thereabouts away from the caravan. Like how far are you planning on going?
Say probably to try and, as best we can, keep the caravan within sight.
Okay.
Or at least some form of the caravan in sight.
All right. Make another survival check.
24.
All right. So as you're going, you reach about like 1,800 feet or so, and then suddenly the tracks just stop. And you're kind of searching around for any additional hints of which way, in which direction this person might have gone, but it's gone.
Damn. Dead end.
Looks like it ends here. Go back and let the others know.
There's something, yeah, there's something up. He was quick to run when he heard things went missing. Let's go tell the others. Yeah. So something's up with him. We should go back and tell the others.
All right. So you guys head back. In the meantime, like everybody's kind of been talking amongst themselves and looking at each other, and Green Imsa sat alone for a little bit, and people are kind of like looking at her and whispering, and all of that is going on in the caravan. And then you see Vidania and Zan return. The sun is, it's morning, but it's kind of an overcast day. So it's not a super bright, but it is kind of middle of the morning here. They come back.
Fine with
Where'd
everyone's
you guys
running.
go? Where you been?
So,
So what was his name again? I'm sorry.
Radicine.
The one we were
Radisham.
chasing.
Radisham.
Radicir.
I was gonna say
Radicir.
Ratatouille.
Razzmatazz.
Radisham.
Radish.
He's
Razzmatazz.
I don't know. He seemed to, as soon as we started talking about things going missing, he immediately made a break for it, and then seemed to either double himself or maybe some sort of illusion, and we lost track of him.
What do you mean by
He
that?
definitely.
I knew something was up.
Sorry, you broke up.
You mean double himself?
There was one of him, and then all of a sudden there were two that we were trying to follow.
I knew something wasn't right.
They seemed to disappear.
She seemed too adamant that
So-
he didn't do it. Something.
They were
There-
working together then.
There was, hold on, so there was two of them, and he disappeared, and you guys didn't tell us. How come?
on you now.
I told Erdnot we had a runner.
Well,
No offense, Arik, but we were trying to be stealthy.
look where that got. Look where that got you.
Can the other people in the caravan hear this
Oh
conversation?
yeah, you guys are in the middle
Not
of.
hiding, right?
Yeah, no, you're in the middle of the caravan. People were like waiting for you to
So-
come back. So
Well, we were talking about shapeshifters earlier. Micaiah brought it up. Stands to reason if he can double himself and cause an illusion, he could probably impersonate somebody.
That's what I'm
Or
talking
they're
about.
not-
So maybe she
Erdnot
isn't lying.
turns to Ed Hillary and says, "That rock gnome, you only had one, right?"
she looks over and she's like, "Yeah, where did he go? I was supposed to bring him to Waterdeep. He's always been so
Apparently
quiet."
He ran off. He split in two and ran off as soon as there was word of a thief.
Huh. Sorry, I mean, I just picked him up in Baldur's Gate, paid me some money to get to Waterdeep. I didn't know the guy.
We still think Green. Alright. I still think she's.
No.
Alright, so
I
now goes
don't
over to
think so.
Green. Now goes over to Green Insta goes, "What are you working with the gnome?"
And she looks up and she says, "What gnome? Radicir? Or the one that was with you guys? Either way, no, I don't know any of you people. I'm just here to try to get to Waterdeep and get myself cured of this greenness."
I use the spell command to compel her to answer the truth, like answer truthfully. It has to be like a one-word thing.
Right.
So like if I have someone ask her the question and then I say command her and just say truth, would that work?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
I'm gonna do that then.
All right.
She has to make a. What the hell is it? Or command must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So.
Wisdom.
Yep. So yeah, I would ask her like,
You know what? I'm just gonna roll it in.
No. What should I ask her? Are you the thief, or were you working alone? That's assuming she's the thief. I say, well, has to be a one-word command. So I turn to one of you and I say, and I'll have one of you ask her the question of just simply, are you the thief? So whoever's next to me, ask her if she's the thief.
It's not me. I'm not convinced that she is anymore. So
Ertie, you need to leave the poor girl alone, but I'm just gonna satisfy you. So, Green Imsa, are you the thief?
I would just say truth and cast command.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
12.
Okay. So she looks at you and she's like, "No. I've already told you over and over and over again. I am not a thief. I might be a lot of other things, but I am not a thief."
If the spell worked or not?
No, you don't know.
That's why you roll a dice.
Oh gosh, darn it!
No, I didn't roll. She rolls for it. Yeah.
She's not the thief.
I would
Telling
look
you,
at her and I
something
would
funny
say,
going on here.
I believe you, and I'm sorry for accusing.
I walk away.
Don't
She's
mind
like,
me.
But
Just
you have to understand, we did see you or somebody who looks like you going through. You gotta understand. If you saw
Really did
someone
see
that
you.
looked like me,
she's like, you
wasn't
know what?
it
I don't
wasn't
even
without
care.
purpose.
I just want you guys to leave me alone at this point. If I don't hear from any of you for the rest of this trip, that would be great. Why don't you go find that gnome? It's like, I don't know you. I'm not trying to be your friends. She flips you all off as you walk away.
unsatisfied customer.
I was gonna joke around and say I turn around and cut off her head, but I don't want that to be something that becomes canon by the
The
DM.
DM will take that.
I know. If I'm
I
like, yeah, I take my sword and I
He's
cut
not
her head, you're like, oh.
that savage.
Dude, that's like in Zelda when you hit one of the chickens and all the other chickens attack you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping to get in there before anybody went to speak to Green and Imsa to just sit with her.
Okay.
Is it? I mean, we've kind of talked to her already,
We all got the fingers.
yeah.
I mean,
right.
you can try. You can try to go sit with her.
Yeah, I will.
Do
Alright.
the rest
Alright.
of us want to check the gnome's belongings?
That's
Seeing
a
as how
great
Good
idea.
he
idea.
ran off.
See what he left behind, yes.
Okay.
We'd have to go make sure it's okay with the head of the Ed Hellery.
Ed Hellery, yeah.
That's different caravan or different wagon.
Yeah. So you guys go over to Ed Helry's wagon, and she's like, I mean, I didn't know the guy, but you can try to check. There's just a bedroll. That's all he had. I doubt there's anything in there. But feel free. She goes back to brushing her horses. She's kind of like watching you guys, but
He must have a bag of holding or something. Some sort of wizard.
It's probably
Some sort.
Pointy hat. Damn gnomes.
so Abaddon, you go
Probably
and
change his appearance.
you go sit down next to Green Imsa. She doesn't like push you away or anything, but she's just like, she's very kind of like, she's very standoffish, kind of like holding herself, and is not like, her body language is very like
Closed off.
Yeah, there you go. That's the term. I haven't slept in 5 years. All these words will go away.
I get it.
Closed and off are gone. But yeah, so that's how she is.
I'll just sit beside her and I'll say, I can't believe what happened to you. I'm really sorry.
And she looks at you and she's like, whatever, I'm used to it at this point. It's all part of the curse. It is what it is. I'll just get to Waterdeep and I'll fix it, and then I will go live on an island or somewhere where I never have to see anybody ever again. That's fine.
Hey, excuse me, Imsa. Excuse me. Like, look at me. I know how you feel. Do you know the looks that I get? Do you know? We deal with the same shit, man. Like, it's not easy when you look different and then people just assume. They make it easy. I'm here for you.
She looks over at you and she's like, yeah, I guess I can see that.
Well, anyway, just know. We'll get there and you'll get what you need, and that's all you gotta remember. And then I'm just gonna sit quietly for a few.
All right. She doesn't say anything. You guys go through Radisir's bedroll, and there's nothing there.
So what do we?
I think we're kind of fucked.
Can we
lost a chance to get
inquire?
that guy.
Like where did he come from? Can we inquire on his wagon? Like ask Ed
They don't know.
Hellery about
Yeah,
him?
that was Ed Hellery. She doesn't. Yeah, she said she doesn't know anything about him. She picked him up
Don't
in.
really know anything.
Nope. He paid for passage to Waterdeep. He's been quiet for the most part.
Nobody else that we can find that's like spoken to him or talked to him or.
From what you remember, Green Imsa chatted with him, but she's kind of told you all that she knows as well.
All right.
That's it.
They were working together.
You're just convinced. You just want to be right. You're mad now that you might
but
be wrong.
I am right.
Don't let your pride get in the way, or no. Grab some meat on stick.
Grab some meat.
Grab some meat
It's
on
still
stick.
Pride Month. Grab some meat.
Just grab some meat. It always makes you feel better.
Well, what I think we should do is when we
there you go.
meet on a stick.
Grab some meat.
Maybe we can keep a special eye on Imsa and the wagon tonight. That way, in case he comes back, maybe to meet up with her, or she tries to take off in the middle of the night to meet up with him. That way we can, you know what I mean, keep an eye on things.
All right.
What do you guys think?
That's a great idea.
Okay.
Because there's only a few options. That either he left with everything and it's done. We lost our chance. He stashed it somewhere where he can get it, and he has to come back, or he's working with her, in which either he has to come back and get her, or she has to leave to meet him. So if we keep an eye on the wagon,
checked her stuff and she had nothing, and then he left and there's nothing. So.
Right. So she would leave it would make sense for him to come back to get her. If he has all the loot and they're working together, if she wants her share of it, she's gonna have to leave to go meet up with him.
Yeah, she's gonna have to
but
leave.
He might still end up being at wherever the hell he was going, so it would make sense for her. She wouldn't leave in the middle of the night. She's not a fighter that we know of. She's a green thief, so she's gonna stick where it's safe and then meet up with him in the city.
So, DM, can I just clarify? Is everybody like hanging around talking about this, or like is this timing wise? Like, am I still with Green Imsa and then everybody else is?
Yeah, we'll say that. You got the rest of the team's kind of chatting, and Green Imsa is just sitting there and with you next to her in this moment.
Okay, so she won't talk to me. Then I'm gonna hop down and join the rest of the group.
Okay. So are you guys planning to kind of set up a watch on her and on the caravan just in general, like every night?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to remind the group of what she told me about Minxie giving her the jewelry, and that Minxie, there's a chance she shouldn't be trusted either, and we shouldn't ignore that.
See too.
Good point.
Discord hates me tonight. Just kicked me off again.
Ugh.
Boo! That's the worst.
All right, so we'll say that you guys set up watches. The pole, he kind of looks, his attitude changes towards the caravan in general, and he just looks a little bit like, kind of like standoffish even more. He's quiet. He's just not. He's been quiet, but now he looks like he does not trust anybody. He's
Can we fill him in that we think it was, well, that some of us think it was that Redisvere?
Radisir, yeah.
Radisir. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I'm horrible with these names.
No, it's fine.
Radisir.
They're all interesting names. Yeah. But when you guys tell him that like Radisir is gone, he's like, well, that's not very helpful.
Makai is a werewolf. Can't she like get his scent?
Ooh, that's a
I'm
excellent
not
point.
a werewolf.
She's a dire wolf, and we have his bedroll. Ooh, old Ernie
But
comes through with a clutch
that is
idea.
a very good suggestion.
Can we do that? That's an excellent idea. Sniff him out.
So you guys are all around the fire at this point, as you've traveled along, and it's like you guys had to keep going on your travels here. Not to say that you couldn't pick up his scent, but Micaiah, can you turn into a direwolf?
Well, see, the thing is, I can't turn into a dire wolf like all the time.
You need a belly rub?
No.
You treats? We need treats.
Eric.
I lost my powers 5 years ago, and I got a surge of power, which has allowed me to turn into sort of an ultimate form, but I haven't been able to quite do that since. I mean, I can try to turn into perhaps a lower form, like even just a domestic dog, perhaps, maybe bloodhound. I might be able to pick up a scent. DM, am I allowed to turn into a dog?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a dog fits in the.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like domestic dog is.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh, can you
a
be a
lower
cute
creature.
puppy?
Corgi.
So I
Corgi.
basically am like I could be like a
Hunting
dire
hound.
wolf puppy.
Yeah, no, full grown, fully
I'm a dire
trained.
wolf starter pack.
So I didn't know you. All right, I thought you only turned into a giant wolf. I'm now picturing Makai like.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't even my final form! Like, with the anime in the background.
That's the only
I
way
thought the
I
same
can think
thing.
to describe it.
So how about make an investigation check
Right.
with advantage.
Okay.
Does she, if she were to be a dog and stay that way, is there a time limit on that, or? And does her senses completely change? Like if she had his scent, and he were to come back, and could she stay that way indefinitely? How does that? I don't know how that works.
Well, it's like an ability that I have. It's an action to wild shape. And I believe, hold on, I think it lasts an hour, right?
Yeah, it's not
I
all
believe it's
day.
an hour.
No.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I can do it.
didn't know if it was like one of those
I can
things like when
assume
you're
the
a
shape
kid
of a
and you're.
beast that I've seen before. Twice per short rest.
Yeah.
Oh, you can stay for 2 hours before I go back to my normal form, or if I want to change back to my normal form, I can do it earlier than that. I don't have to wait the whole 2 hours, but it lasts 2 hours per short rest. Just that's pretty good.
Yeah. Alberon says
I
that you
didn't know
should
if-
change into a corgi.
Do they
Oh.
have better senses?
No, they're just very cute.
So cute.
No, they're just cuter. I want to be a hot dog.
Oh,
Oh,
I
do a little
love
sweater
Okay.
hot
on.
Nah,
a little
I mean, I figured
sweater.
like a bloodhound or some type of hunting dog or something like that. So my investigation was a 14, by the way,
Okay.
with advantage. The advantage.
So you kind of, as they're traveling for the traveling along that day, you take up this form and the direction that he had gone was like in, or it seemed that he had gone was in the same direction that you guys were going, or at least it appeared that way. So you're able to track for a little bit, but at a certain point, similar to what happened with Vidania and Zan, the scent disappears. And so you try for a little while to like get it back, but you're just you even in the 2 hours, so you like kind of go along with the caravan, but in the woods, kind of tracking along, and you don't pick up this any scent from there.
All right, so I would come back to the
Vagina
group
to
and let them
accidentally
know
shoot somebody. So that
I
they
let
can
them know I
disappear.
lost it. I lost the scent. Sorry, guys.
Like the idea of Makai just be like.
It'd have a twang to it too.
Ayu,
I mean,
ayu, ayu.
Arr, y'all.
All right, so as the day goes on and the night comes and you guys set up camp again, and you guys get the impression that your stuff's gone. And Imsa stays away from you, and the pole looks very unhappy. The Hoper keeps trying, but he can't seem to make headway. And you watch Green Imsa and just the camp in general over the next couple of days as you're traveling along, getting closer to Daggerford, and you don't see anything unusual. Imsa goes into her tent. She stays there all night, and you don't see anybody kind of lurking around. The only person you see is Minxie going about her normal business of. As the days go on, she gets more and more just kind of normal, where she's going out and dancing and collecting flowers and doing all of the things that she was doing before. And then anyone paying attention is going to also notice James and Philok, who happen to go away within minutes of each other and happen to return within minutes of each other. Maybe once a day, sometimes twice.
Makai is growing suspicious of this. I don't know. She feels like next time she sees them go off, she's gonna follow them.
All right.
So like a ladybug.
So we'll say it's you're like a day away from Daggerford at this point, and there's an opportunity to do that as there's the midday stop. Everybody like stops to let the horses rest, to have lunch and everything, and you see Micaiah. James goes off into the woods, and then within 3 to 4 minutes, Philip happens to just kind of stroll in that same direction. Are you going as yourself? Are you shaping? What are you doing?
Makai's gonna wild shape into a. Can I wild shape into a bat or something that has good hearing? What has good hearing?
Ooh.
I thought she was gonna go with chipmunk or something.
Well, I'm trying to think of something that's got some real good long range hearing. I don't know much about animals. I guess I should really learn some more about animals.
So
Maybe an owl.
Birds
An
have
owl
very good
has
scent.
Mm,
in a
owls
sense,
have good
sight.
hearing.
sight, yeah,
bats
I
do
feel
have
like-
keen hearing.
yeah. I feel like would a bat be with like a really out of this realm? Like, would it look weird here if someone saw a bat?
You're in the woods still. You're like kind of traipsing through a wooded area, so not necessarily. You're out in the wilderness.
I'm gonna.
It
shape
is
into a bat.
daytime. But,
Daytime bat.
daytime.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So you fly along. Make a perception check with advantage.
All right. $18.
So you definitely hear them before you see them.
What do I hear? Oh, she's clearing her throat. Oh God.
Oh Jesus, is she gonna have to RP this?
Am I
No.
gonna get snipped?
was gonna say.
So James is going. I feel like it's like. No. So you definitely hear them before you see them, and you come across the two of them up against a tree, just going at it
Oh boy. Okay.
in the woods.
Does she look away?
Do you
Makai
avert your
definitely
eye?
does not look away. I mean, there's not many opportunities for these kind of things.
I mean, so the bats sight is not very good. Like you can use echolocation to kind of like see, but
I
in
just need
terms
to
of
be able to hear it, so I hear what's going on. All right. I'm just nosy. I'm real nosy. So now I'm just gonna fly around the camp. I'm just gonna observe everybody.
Okay.
Do I see anything interesting?
Besides that,
That's pretty
nothing-
good.
Yeah, nothing. It's lunchtime. People are eating. And
All right, I'm gonna just swoop down real close to Erdy's face, real quick, just like right by his beard.
as you're about to
Like-
take a bite, this like a bat just comes and like
Yeah.
slaps you in the face with its wing and keeps going.
I just I slap the meat right off the stick that he's holding
just hear a
with
loud
my wing.
dwarvish
Just slap it right off.
swear, and he just goes, "Bats, daytime." Boom. Picks up his meat, knocks a couple of
Day bats.
acorns and pine needles off of it, and eats it.
That's great. All right. Well, yep. All right. I have my entertainment for the day.
Okay. All right. So you guys continue on. So Bakaya has confirmed what everybody already knew.
I have confirmed. I'll let everybody know.
I didn't think that's what would be happening.
I mean, I felt like I just wanted to make sure. I mean, this is going off an
They're
awful
just
lot.
fucking.
Vidania had
I'm
other.
pretty sure that's what it
Man.
was.
Just seemed a little too good to be true, if you know what I'm saying.
So what
I
you
like
want to
that.
think was happening was like they were going in the woods and planting like evil cult markers or something.
Well,
like
Yeah,
that
I
along the
figured some
way, but
devious
it's like
things happening, but nope.
So these are the Kathja's shadow mercenaries, by the way. So
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Vidania, what did you think was going on?
I just thought it was some that's just shadow business.
Oh, okay.
Thought we were gonna like.
That was
pick
the
up on
business.
It was some kind of
I guess it
shadow.
was.
All right, so you guys continue on your way, and it's day 42 when you you like emerge from this wooded area, and you can see the walled up Daggerford city ahead of you, quite a ways away. You'll get there by the end of the day, but it's built. You have to go across the the Delambere River. So there's a waterway, but there's a bridge, and so you're heading on that way. As you get closer, you can see this built against the side of a low hill on the floodplains of the Delambere River. It's a small walled town. There are some like nearby as you're scanning out as you're getting closer, like hamlets and farms and stuff kind of on the outside there, but as you get closer, I'm gonna switch. So some of you are on Roll20. You don't have to be. This is just a map. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong thing. This is just a map of Daggerford, which I will share with you, but you'll probably be leaving in 20 minutes. Let me just switch you over. So just one thing to keep in mind as you look at this map, name it. The north is to the left. So if you look at the bottom of this map, you'll see the direction that the town faces. And so this town here, again, it's walled and it's built into the side of a low hill, and there are 3 gates into the town. There's River Gate, which provides access to the river and through which shipping cargo is carted. There's Caravan Gate, which handles most of the land-going traffic. And there's Farmer's Gate, which remains open at nearly all times, but it's wide enough only to let 1 wagon or cart pass through at a time. So as you guys are getting closer, you see that the wagons, like, you kind of like pull into Daggerford, and it's this. There are a lot of caravans coming through, so even though it's like starting to get to be sundown, it's definitely a bustling area. There are lots of inns that are around there, and so your caravan kind of like pulls into various areas to allow you to maybe sleep on an actual bed for the night, since this city or town is very accommodating to travelers. So the kind of like merchant leaders of your caravan group all agree that they're going to meet the next morning, but in the meantime it is about like 6 p.m. and you guys have a little bit of time if you wanted to buy anything or anything along those lines this evening.
Try to pick up some more healing potions. There's a marketplace there, right?
Yep, so there is, let me see here. Hot Pocket and a Mountain Dew for the road. Hot Pockets. There is, well, there's plenty of places that you can get healing potions. Roll me an investigation check, and I will check and see what you found. Yep.
A shitty investigator.
Well. Here we go.
Oh, shit. 20.
Oh, she
Not
did?
that 20, but a 20.
Nice.
I see it all!
All right, so this would be, is this here? No. All right, 20. So loading, sorry. Okay, so you find there is a an alchemist shop where you are able to purchase, he's got 3 potions of common healing for 52 gold each.
Haggle it down to 50 each. squeezing them pennies.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Me, and I have like a +2 on that. Son of a bitch.
No. 52. 52 gold coins per potion. So it would be
Just a no.
156 gold total if you want all three.
We do have 625 gold of the community pot in the bag of holding.
There's no objections. We can pull from that.
Nope.
Or not gonna
Healing potions are
pay for it.
important.
Are we buying them to put them in the bag of holding?
Yeah, that's what
Is
I
that
was
what you're
gonna do.
what you're doing?
Yeah, I was gonna. We used 4 of them recently or something. So I was trying to replenish what we used.
Yeah, I remember I used one to heal you up in the tomb,
Yeah.
tomb crypt, whatever it was. So
In the
Just
lair
do it,
of
man.
Spider-Man.
yeah, buy like 3, 4. Let's do it.
Oh, there's only
Screw
3.
it.
It's only 3, yeah.
Oh,
Anything else?
Does this place have anything? Yeah, does it have anything else that tiefling sorcerers might need? It's an alchemy shop, you said.
Yep. So this particular one that you're at has Alchemist Fire for 81 gold, which let me just double check what that does. Whoops. Alchemist Fire. Whoa.
Somebody's rolling. Somebody's rolling dice.
I'm all over.
A
Okay.
preemptive roll.
Alchemist Fire.
That's the best thing, though, right?
As an action, you can throw this flask up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. Make a ranged attack against a creature or object, treating the Alchemist Fire as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire at the start of each of its turns. It lasts for... the creature can end the damage by using the action to make a DC check to extinguish the flames. So... got Alchemist Fire. Also, they've got a basic vial of poison. They've got 4 of those. A resistance potion for 300 gold. And that's about it here, this one. At this store, specifically. Is there anything anyone's looking for in particular? We can have you roll and see what you find.
Zion would like to look for.
Oh, lost you.
Zan, you just cut out, buddy. And there it goes. Man, Discord doesn't need his guts. Damn.
You'd like to look for what?
Discord. Discord does not like me tonight. Just like if there's any shops with any sort of magical items or like things that we haven't seen.
Alright. Hold on, I gotta go to my other website here.
What was this poison stuff that this guy that's
It's a vial of poison, just basic poison.
how much is that?
It was 96 gold, and they've got 4 of them.
Is that like dead, like I'm gonna kill you kind of poison, or like I'm gonna knock you out for a while kind of poison?
It's yeah, like you're poisoning somebody. Hold on. You can use the poison.
Everyone's trying to kill the king poison.
So you can use the poison in the vial to coat 1 slashing or piercing weapon, or up to 3 pieces of ammunition. Applying the poison takes an action. A creature hit by the poison has to take a DC 10 or take 1d4 poison damage. Once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute. So if you put it onto your weapon and you're like gonna have a particularly long fight, maybe, every time you hit somebody, they have to make a DC 10 or they take some extra damage that's poison.
Hey, fighters, do you want some poison? That sounds pretty sick.
I don't have any money. I have
That's not
nothing.
Erdnuts. That's not Erdnuts thing.
Yeah. That's more. I poison is more of like a. It's not an honorable way to kill. I don't have
honorable.
any. I don't have any money regardless, so I couldn't buy it if I wanted to. My last shot for money in the meantime went away with that rock gnome. My drift globe.
Yeah, your 400 gold is like literally vanished into thin air.
Yep.
So drift globes sell for up to 750 gold.
Oh, now
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now that's just mean.
That could have
Um,
bought you a
Jesus.
lot of rope.
I'm gonna
No
look
longer
over at the.
rope.
I'm gonna
Good
look.
rope.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look over at the 2 scouts we have, the 2 rangers, and say, "Should have told us that he was leaving."
I told
Oh.
Erdnot.
Yeah, you didn't tell him. You said
I'm gonna say,
runner.
don't fight in the store and embarrass me.
Don't tell me what to do, Mom. You're not the boss of us.
I'm gonna use my quiver and just say, at least I noticed.
Ooh.
Oh God,
You didn't
we
do
can
anything
never come
about
back
it.
here again.
So you're in the.
Just throw myself on the floor. Where? My drift globe. I'm poor.
So you find yourself in this this like single story shop building that's got half timbered walls, and actually it's got like dwarf wrought iron furnishings, and the shopkeeper is this female dwarf, and she shows you some items that she has. She's got. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? She has some fine weapons, just depending on what you're in the mood to buy or look into.
Is there anything like uncommon or magical?
Yep. So this is yeah. It's all magical items in her particular shop. They're all enchanted. She's got some ammunition. So she's got blowgun needles, a +1 light crossbow and mace, and sling and spear.
She has a +1 spear.
Yep.
Is that
Okay.
what you said?
Yeah, she's got a +1 spear. Hold on, let me just.
What does that one do? Like, is it just the +1 or is that anything else?
Yeah, so +1 mace or spear is a magical item that adds +1 to your attack and hold on, and damage. Actually, it's +1 to attack and damage.
Oh wow! So to your attack roll and to your actual damage.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's amazing. How much is that?
So that is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get.
Beard fist. That would be appropriate.
I know. I saw that. I like that. Yeah, I like that too.
Now I wish that was the clan name. Beard fist.
Okay. So that's gonna run you about 400 gold pieces.
All right.
Should
So.
do it.
Oh, I'm totally gonna do it. I have 15 platinum. I forgot how much of those worth a piece.
They're worth 10 gold a piece, so that's 150 gold.
All right.
Let me just make sure because she's got other things too.
All right.
Mace of Smiting, Mace of Terror, Trident of Fish Command, and actually, so he's got two of those. One that does a burst of light when it hits, and another that does this like eerie silence when it hits.
Tridents of Fish Command.
Is this Aquaman?
Yeah, I was like, that's not what I was expecting those to do.
Any
Makai wants that
magical
spear for sure.
any magical like clothing like
She wants to buy that.
Not
like
at
any
not at this shop. There's an armorer. She can point you in the direction of a magic armorer that's in the city as well. The Trident of Fish Command is a magic weapon, 3 charges. While you carry it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to cast Dominate Beast. From any beast that has an innate swimming speed, so it's fish. And it has a recharge. So that's kind of a more specific weapon. But yeah, the plus one spear is about 400 gold.
More better
Makai
than me.
wants that.
All right. So if you buy it, you've got it. You've got it. Hold on, I'll add it. I can add it to your stuff real quick. Okay, so now you're going, or I'll add it afterwards. So now Zan's looking for armor. So you go to another shop.
or not so much armor, maybe because I'm gonna be training in monk, so no not so much on the armor, just like useful clothing like bracers or boots, anything enchanted or something to help.
Okay. Let's see.
Expecting Zan to ask for a cloak of invisibility.
No. I'm Harry Potter.
If they had a cloak of elven kind or boots of elven kind, that would be spectacular, but I don't think I have enough for those. Those are, I think, too expensive for my meager gold amount.
So
You got
you're
more money
looking.
than I do.
You're looking for something that will raise your stealth.
That or my natural like bracers of unarmed defense, my natural AC.
Oh, okay. You don't find anybody who's got anything like that in the town.
It was a long shot.
Yeah, not in Daggerford.
Like
Could
good
we hit
magical
up that-
shields or something.
What was that?
Does anybody have any good like magical shields or anything, or shields that are better than the shield I have?
Yes, there was that. Hold on one second. So you do find another shop that has a +1 shield. And it's got a little story behind it. The shopkeeper tells you that it once belonged to the halfling fighter Rainy Lyson, who defeated Forno the sorcerer. And this one is Forno, and it's about 425 gold.
So is it a small shield if it was used by a halfling? I'm slightly taller than a halfling, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, it's a shield that you would be able to use. Magic items tend to like shape to the size that they need to be for whoever's using it.
So, and it's a +1.
+1. Yep.
All right.
So that would be +1 bonus to your AC while you're holding the shield.
I think the shield I have is because the shield I have right now adds +2 to my AC. So would I be stepping down if I got the shield? Or would it be plus?
Yes, you would be.
Okay. Okay. No, thank you.
No, no, no. In addition to the shield's normal bonus to AC, which is 2, it's +1 to
Okay.
that.
Okay. Can I like do like a half money, half swap? Like sell them the current shield I have, and then the rest balance in cash?
Is your current shield just a regular shield?
Yeah. It says it only costs 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, I was about to say you might get like 2 gold for that. So no, you can't do that.
What'd you say? 420?
425.
Or 25? I'm gonna haggle. Can I haggle again?
You can try.
Roll.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. All right, come on, persuasion. You're my good one. Oh, where's my roll 20? Me and you and fuck persuasion tonight. God damn it.
Is that a 10? No.
That's
Sorry.
10.
The shopkeep just kind of looks at you, like doesn't even entertain. It's just like 425, sir.
Fine. Throw the gold on the table and take my new shield of magic.
All right. +1 shield, +1. What was it? Spear. All right. Anything else?
I would pull the sword of the one that I found in the crypt off my back, and I would lay it on his counter, and I would ask him if there's anything that he knows about the history of this sword, if it looks familiar. You said he was a magic armorer.
Yeah, so you could ask the weaponsmith about it, the magic weaponsmith. So that was a female dwarf, and she looks at the sword and she says, like, so where did you say you found this?
In a, I don't know if I want to say it. It was given to me.
And she looks it over and she says, it's very old, but I can't tell you much more. If I don't really know where it came from. It definitely has the warmth of magic about it.
Does the name Marn the Courageous mean anything?
No, can't say that it does. No. Sorry.
Right. Thank you. Put it back.
All right.
Would that be the only person that would know anything about? Would that be the only person I could ask about that might know anything?
Well, so make an intelligence check.
That's a
Like my persuasions.
12.
So you can you're not really sure because you don't really have much to go on other than you found this in like a crypt. You could try at maybe like the temples to see, but also like a library or something is probably like your best bet, somewhere where like learned people are. I don't believe that there is a library in Daggerford.
Auric isn't exactly a scholar. While he can read and write, it's kind of limited to things on the battlefield.
Mythical Antiques Roadshow. I love it.
Hi, dreaded GM. Nice to see you. I'm glad you were able to make it. Yay! Okay. So, all right. Anything else that you guys are gonna do in the city, in the town?
Did Zan find any magical apparel? Did I completely forget about
No,
that?
he wasn't able to find it in
Nope, Zan struck out.
Yeah, in this particular town. All right. So you guys stay the night in one of the inns. It's a refreshing stay. It does cost you some money to do so. We'll say that it's what are there, six of you, so it would be 1 gold and 2 silver pieces to stay for the night. But you do get to sleep in a bed for the first time in a long while.
Each of us?
Nope, total for all of you.
Oh, that's pretty
Hey, the Mark Knight raiding. Hey, raid. I don't know if my alert thingies are working, but I did turn on raid alerts. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Rachel, so the way my setup is like I have Lauren in the middle top, and then Rachel is like in the middle, second row corner. Lauren sneezed towards Rachel, and then a moment later, Rachel sneezed.
Sisters.
It's like we're related.
I love it. It went diagonal. Your sneeze went diagonal right into her window, and then she sneezed. The only thing would better would have been if she turned and sneezed downward into Zan, and then Zan sneezed.
Hey, Shark Rider 23, thank you so much for the subscription with Twitch Prime. We have another subscriber. Why are my alerts not working? Are they working? I don't see them. Why aren't they going? They're on. Oh, my Twitch rate is off again. I swear I turned this on.
Yeah.
I know. I turned it on the other day because it didn't work the other day either. All right, we got a raid. Raid! Woo! We're going to raid at the end of this because I haven't done it I haven't been good at it, and I was going to be reminded by everybody to raid. So anyway, you guys sleep in your beds. You guys can drink at the bar and chat with people. And the next day.
Beer scene in the place.
Huh?
Said or not? We check out the beer scene in the place.
So there's a lot of different types of alcohols and ales, like wines and everything that come through here because it's a pretty, like on the way from Baldur's Gate and El Terrell and everything to Waterdeep. There's a variety. So, I mean, whether or not... Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. Or maybe it's Arik this time? I think it's Arik.
I think it's Arik, yeah.
Yeah, Arik. Musical chairs every night. This is just how we do here. That's fine.
This is how we do
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. Okay, so you guys have a great night, well rested, except for maybe Arik, who I'll have roll a d10 just for shits and giggles. So Alvaron RPG says we've got your Waterdeep White Ale, your Daggerford Extra Dark. So they'll let you know the menu of alcohol that you were able to partake in the night before. You start the next day a little bit groggy because you you guys stayed up late. Some of you probably went to sleep a little early just because you could. Yeah, so you meet with the rest of the caravan, and one thing that you notice as you're all getting ready to go, there you see this human male approach the wagon that Braxton is lead on. And oh, did we lose him for good? Hopefully he'll come back so he can hear this. Sorry everybody, we play musical chairs every night because our connections are bad. So I'll just see if he's saying anything in the chat. Oh, he did say, damn Discord, that's what he said. So what you do notice, hey, we've got 110 bits. Thank you so much, Dreaded GM. Everything that you guys give us is going to go towards getting us headsets and all kinds of fun things to make our connections and voices heard, and hopefully help us not have to play musical chairs. Everybody's working with losing internet beams. Everybody's working with their own internet and old gear from 20 years ago and whatever. So we're hoping to get enough to get headsets and everything for everyone. So we really appreciate it.
I'm literally not even using a computer. I have my iPad and my phone.
It's an interesting arrangement of everybody's. So I think Lauren's got 2 laptops that are both about 8 to 10 years old, but they're like set up next to each other, and sometimes one of their cameras work. So we're doing the best we can. So we appreciate everything that we're given, and we'll be doing giveaways and all that other stuff. So thank you so much for the bits. Thank you for the subs. Thank you so much, everybody. So, hi, Arik.
Hi, sorry about that. My phone, I bumped it and then it fell and Discord went off and the charger fell out and my pliers fell.
I'm gonna get you.
Spiders this time.
I'm gonna get you guys like phone holder thingies. Like everything's gonna be wonderful. So I didn't want to say too much while you were gone because you guys are noticing a human male who approaches the wagon that Braxton is in charge of. And while you had noticed throughout your entire trip, you might come across people in like hostels on the side of the road, like that are there to help people through the travel from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, just little pit stops. Whenever there were travelers who wanted to kind of jump onto the caravan, if they approached the cultists, they definitely were like no. And up until recently, you guys didn't. The other wagons didn't really have room for anybody else. So you definitely notice it is a noticeable thing, especially because of how Braxton is as a person. This human male who's wearing this like wool cap with ear and neck flaps that covers his head approaches and has like this little exchange with Braxton. Appears to hand him some kind of money and then boards the back of the wagon that Braxton is in charge of with Mia, the human teamster. And you see Murray, the Scarred, the halfling with all the tattoos. He actually moves over to Philok's wagon because there isn't like a whole ton of room there for a bunch of people. So he moves over to Philok's wagon, and they have a new person. And then you also notice I'm just making an update to my notes. So you also notice a halfling female comes up to Ed Helry's wagon. She's got like dark skin, and her head is like shaved a little bit with some hair on the side. And she approaches, and there's a little exchange between the two of them. You see her hand some money to Ed Helry, and then hops onto the back of her wagon. Now that Radisir has moved on, there appears to be space, and so you have 2 new travelers with you as you set off from Daggerford on your way to Waterdeep. And you're about you've got about 10 more days travel before you get to Waterdeep at this point.
Does the human carry himself? Like, does Braxton and the other cult members seem like subservient? Like, this is like a higher ranking dude? Like, does he carry himself like higher rank?
I would say make a perception check. Perception.
Why am I
Hmm.
This is bad perception. I gotta stop asking these questions. Yeah, no. I, I see nothing. I see nothing. I see a cloud. Oh, it's not a cloud. It's a tree.
You see, yeah. So you see him board the wagon, and you did. It wasn't like trying to be hidden or anything. There was definitely like some kind of exchange of payment in some fashion. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alvarad. You definitely see some kind of exchange of money or some kind of payment, and then he boards the back, but you didn't notice any kind of subservient nature to it.
All right.
So you guys head on your way, and so yeah. So when that evening, as you're traveling along, and you guys set up camp that night, you get a chance to at least meet with your new traveling companion. So the human male stays over with the cultist wagons, which again are still setting up separately from the rest of you all. But as you kind of like pull off to the side, you guys ended up pushing through a little bit past lunchtime just because you got a little bit of a late start that day. So you pull off to the side and you're all kind of like getting ready. Warand is starting her nightly routine. Carlin is helping her, and Hillary comes over and she says, like, everyone, this is and then the halfling steps forward and she says, Issa Dove, Taterbrush, nice to meet you all. And she nods.
What is her name?
Brush.
Issa Dove, Taterbrush.
Interesting.
And she like nods and gives a little wave. And yeah, you have a new person.
No, this isn't the gnome in disguise.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's the damn gnome, ain't it? It's come to steal
I
your
didn't
magic
believe
shield
for a
now.
second it was anybody else but that gnome.
So are you like what? Are you gonna watch her?
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
Makai is watching her like a hawk. Might as well
Okay.
turn into a hawk.
All right. So you guys watch.
Would pull Ed Hillary aside and be like, remember the gnome. Could be him in disguise.
Oh, I gotta use my new emote. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Massachusetts gamers. I don't know what that was.
What was that?
Okay. So you guys watch her. You watch her through the night. And I'm gonna have you all make a wisdom check or a deception check for those of you who are proficient in deception.
So just a straight D20 plus our wisdom modifier.
Insight check or deception
insight.
check. Yeah, sorry about that. It's wisdom based.
That's a
Does it have to
5
be
for
that
Zane.
we're-
Oh shit.
Does it have to be that we're actually proficient, or do you just mean just whichever one we choose? If we have like I have a +2 deception, but I'm not proficient in it. I don't think. Like if I hover above it, it doesn't say like proficient.
Only if you have the little black dot saying you're proficient in it. You can use that one. Otherwise, you got to use. Otherwise, you got to use wisdom, or insight.
Yep.
Wisdom.
It's It's a 10.
All my proficiencies are failing me today.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Anybody get less than a 9?
Zan.
All right, Zan.
Me
You
too.
don't.
I got
So,
7.
oh, okay. So Zan and Micaiah, you're kind of like,
Me too.
and or not, the three of you. Anyone else? Anyone else? So the three of you, you guys are kind of distracted with other things. Like Micaiah, you're just kind of like, should I go check on James and Phil? You see them going, you're like, should I just go check and make sure they're okay? And so you're going, Erdnot,
You dog.
Erdnot, you keep like kind of looking over at the you've been paying attention to the cultist caravan, so you are watching and you do see like you've noticed that the new human guy with the hat in the cultist caravan, he doesn't really talk to anybody else except for Braxton. You notice as you're watching, and Zan, you're kind of like lost in thought and just keeping an eye out for to see if maybe that gnome comes back or if you see anything else like unusual. So you just don't see. 10 to 12. Arik.
For me.
So you notice that Isadov, who recently joined you, she seems to be taking an interest in the guy who joined along with her over in the cultist area. They aren't together from what you can see, but when you guys have stopped and taken breaks, you see her kind of like get a little bit closer to that area to see, like, it's very clear that she's trying to check and see if she can hear anything that he's saying, and you also kind of notice her kind of hovering a little bit closer to the cultist wagons, and when they're like really busy, she just like gets a little bit close and kind of seems to be paying attention. 13 to 15. No, 16 plus. That would be Vidania and Abaddon. All right.
Yeah. Mine's deception roll.
Okay. So you both notice that she has, she seems to be sidling up to the caravan a little bit more. And when you see her, she also is like talking to some of the people in the caravan, and she even has come up to like one of the two of like the both of you actually, Vidania and Abaddon at certain points, and just kind of like, oh man, the weather's kind of weird, huh? It's like should be a little bit warmer. It's getting a little, because she's just having like these like weird conversations, but asking you kind of questions that are not overly personal, but just like she's taken an interest in you. And at a certain point, you also notice, Abaddon and Vidania, that she seems to have noticed that you have noticed her. And so, like, she, at one point later on, the next morning, day 43, as she's over nearer to the cultist caravan while they're getting their stuff ready, she looks over and she sees you, Vidania, looking at her, and she kind of like looks straight at you, and then she steps away, like away from where she was standing, and almost like over to a corner, kind of like not necessarily an invite to come over to talk to her, but definitely away from other prying ears and eyes.
I go over.
And she looks at you and she's like, hey, what's up?
So I'm standing over here. Welcome to the caravan.
Thanks. So you guys are with Erdnot, the beer guy.
Yeah.
The beer
You should
fest.
try it. It's really good. If he
I
lets
will.
you.
I'll go ask him. You think he'd be down for that though? He seems a little, you
Jumping.
know. Grumpy, yeah, that's one word for it.
Bring him some meat on a stick.
I mean, I don't carry any of that with me, but is that code for something else? Because
Oh, it's
'Cause
quite
I didn't
literal.
no, it's literal. Like, well, you know, like, I mean, I saw you looking at me. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say.
I'm also gonna get
Where are
lucky
you
in
from?
this game. That's what this sounds like. I know where this thread of conversation is going. Just,
Here often?
Like, no, first time. First time.
Where are you from?
I'm from just this like little kind of hamlet out in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't have heard of it. What about you?
I'm from on the moon.
You from the moon?
Around the moon, see? Small town.
Oh, well, all right. Sorry. That's cool. She's like looking up at you because she's only 3. How tall is she? She was, I think, exactly 3 feet tall. So she's looking up at you like, you know, like your 4-year-old,
A lot.
5-year-old
6 feet
child.
tall.
Yes. It's like, well, that's cool. So, I mean, I'm just gonna go hang out over there. Yeah. Nice to
Alright, well,
meet you, Danya.
nice to-
You can call me Issa. And I'll be like hanging out on my way to Waterdeep.
around.
All right. Bye. And she like walks back over, kind of to her like spot close to the cultist caravan, not quite as close as she was before, and she's like kind of picking at her nails with a dagger in her hand, and she's just doing that. And then she pulls out a little flask from her pocket and takes a swig, and then puts it back. And then she kind of looks at you again, Vidania. She looks over at you, Abaddon, who you watched that whole exchange because you noticed. You rolled high enough to notice. And she sees you, and she's like, and is like looking at both of you, and then just kind of turns to face away, but is, you know, doing that thing. She's like keeping herself busy, but keeps looking to see if you guys are paying attention.
I am definitely going to
Yeah, I
stop
thought it was
staring
gonna
at her like a weirdo.
Okay.
And throughout the day, I would just kind of tell everybody that, you know, she seems really, really interested in that guy with the weird hat, that wool cap. You know, and she keeps staring at him and trying to get close. And
Like, is it like a cousin Eddie hat, like one of those Russian hats with flaps? Is that what you kind of described?
Yeah, I don't know why I pictured like Lampoon, like Christmas fucking movie. I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Vacation.
Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, there you go.
vibes, Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, shitter's full. That's what he's wearing, but not flannel.
Okay.
It's like gray, just straight gray. But yeah. So do you guys share your observations with one another?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do at least.
Okay.
I don't really have anything to say.
Okay, so as you watch her over the next few days, I mean, every once in a while she comes up. So Erdnot, she does approach you and is like, "Hey, so I heard you've got some really good stuff, and that you like meat on sticks." And she brings you over a meat on a stick as she says this. She's like, "So can I have
Oh
some?"
my god. Oh my god.
Just like a
Love
drug
her
deal going on.
forever.
Very confused.
if a woman asks you
Gotta
if she can have some of your meat on the stick.
No, she's
No, she
giving
wants the
me the
fear.
stick.
She like she does it over towards Vidania. She's like, she said you had like some really great ale, and that if I gave you some meat on a stick, you'd let me have some. So here you go.
He takes the meat on the stick. He just kind of looks at Vidania. I don't know if Vidania can see the look. He gets the look.
Like,
And he
go,
looks
go,
at the meat
fire.
on the stick. And then he goes over and taps one of the open keg and hands her a glass without saying anything, and then takes a big gross or not bite.
She takes it. She's like, "Cheers, man!" And she drinks it down. And she's like, "Wow, this is amazing. This is the
Smiles a little at that.
best ale I think I've ever had in my life. Did you make this?
Aye,
Wow.
and it will be the best ale you'll ever have in your life.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second. Thank you for sharing it." And she just sits down next to you and like,
Oh, she doesn't walk away. Okay.
no, she she just sits down next to you and she keeps drinking it. She's like, "So where are you from?"
Far from here.
I mean, we're all from far from here, but like, what's the name of your town?
They come from the Trajan Hills.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty far from here. Why are you on your way to Waterdeep?
Selling me goods.
Mm. All the way from down there? You couldn't like send somebody else? The guy who makes it has to sell it?
I reside in Baldur's Deep. Keep.
Gate.
I reside in
Super
the town,
convincing.
the big city over there.
Super convincing or not.
Tired, god damn it.
Like, all right. Well, that's cool. And she kind of just keeps you in small talk and everything. She's like, "You got any kids?"
What are you where are you heading to?
Oh, deflection. I'm going to Waterdeep too.
She's snappy. I like her.
Erna does laugh at that comment and just nods.
Yeah, so she keeps asking you like random questions, not super. After you didn't tell her about whether or not you have kids, she doesn't get like too involved. But as the time goes on, so like a couple more days go by, and you're about 4 days travel out from Waterdeep, and this morning starts, and you're all sitting down for the morning meal. So Warand has begun cooking everything. It's oatmeal again, and it's a pretty quiet morning. The travel has not been too bad since leaving Daggerford, although you had heard that there are like raiding orcs and goblins that are in their hills, so you have been keeping an eye out. But just as you guys are all kind of sitting around in your group about to eat, you see Issa comes over and she sits down next to you guys, like right in between the little group of you, and she looks and she goes, and she takes one of your bowls. So like Zan, she like takes the bowl out of your hand and that you were about to eat from, and you see she takes her dagger out of her pocket and she like starts poking around in the oatmeal with the blade of her dagger, and then she lifts out lifts something out, and on the tip of the dagger is this little bead with like oatmeal kind of on it. And she like glances over towards the cultist caravan, like next door to you guys, and she's like, It's a sliver of bone, and she's kind of whisper talking to you guys, curled into a circle. So you can swallow it in a mouthful of gruel without ever noticing. Once it's in you, it uncurls inside and exposing all these needle points that pierce your guts and kill you slowly. I suspect they're in all of your breakfasts. And she stands up, she hands you back the bowl, and she's got the thing on the, and she kind of like flicks her dagger down onto the ground and like picks up the bead and wipes it off. And she's like, just pretend as if nothing has happened, and let's talk this evening. And she walks away from your group. What do you do? Do you do anything? Do you guys check your?
Like,
do you
Those
check?
sausage
wanna
fingers
check
are
my
going
bowl.
through my bowl right now.
I start
All right, make
Makaya's finger in her bowl.
your
With
everybody make investigation checks if you're checking your bowls.
With a resounding yell of yeet, Aaron's gonna just launch his bowl.
Are you really doing that?
No.
Okay. She just told you to just pretend like nothing's happened. That is
Makaya's
not
got a 20, so
okay.
Oh, so
not a nat 20.
what are we doing? So we gotta roll a d20.
You just roll an investigation.
Okay, sorry.
Does Zan have to, or since she already?
If you want to, she found one, but
Yeah, I'll roll, but Zan's probably not going to eat the oatmeal regardless.
okay.
That's a 4.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Super strong.
That's a 5.
All right.
We're all fucking dead.
No, would you make me
16.
roll for Would you make me roll for distance if I threw that?
Maybe.
I saw.
Zan's just gonna nonchalantly just kind of slowly tilt his bowl upside down without anyone else noticing.
Okay. So as you're going through, you go ahead.
I got a 16.
Okay. So, none of you find anything except for you, Abaddon. You do find several small lumps that could be bone slivers, but they could be like oat husks or sawdust, or like it could be any number of things from like the travel, and like it could be just anything from like them being in these barrels, and it's just oats that are kind of being cooked for you guys. There's no like apple cinnamon or raisin whatever. So
Want some more oatmeal, please.
so as you're kind of doing that, when you look over at the cultists, you can see like a couple of them, like Herkrock and Braxton keeps on looking over at you, but they're also kind of just like not. They appear to be like trying to hide it a little bit. So
Kind of wish I threw it. Just for fun. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nope. So the day goes on, and later on that evening, after you've done more of your travel, you're a little bit closer to Waterdeep. Most of everybody, this is after dinner and everything, everyone's kind of bedded down, and as you guys are getting yourselves ready, Issa comes over to you, and she says, "I know I haven't had the pleasure of introducing myself to all of you, but I'm Issa of Taterbrush. And I'm going to get right to the point. We don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side, and we share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped. I need to know what they're carrying in those wagons, and where they're taking it. Will you help me find out?"
I'm just gonna look at her with a completely.
Can we do an insight check or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do an insight check. You don't believe it to see if you believe her.
All
Okay.
of us are.
Can Zan also
Yep,
see
anybody.
if he
Yeah.
believes her?
Yep. We're almost done, Annie. We're almost done.
I got 15.
17.
You
17.
you get the impression that she's being forthright with you in her statement.
That's definitely not her saying that she's telling the truth.
Well, you believe her to be telling the truth.
Who is it that you're working for? And what makes you think that we're following this cult of the dragon, you say?
She smirks a little bit and she's like, "If you all will help me, I'll tell you everything you need to know."
I don't believe her.
Ernot doesn't
I'm
trust
just gonna keep
anybody,
staring at
so.
her. Yeah.
How can we be
I'm just
sure
gonna
that we
stare
can
right at
trust
her.
you?
I mean, you can't really, but how can I be sure that I can trust you?
Not really.
The best we can do, share some information, and try to take down this cult.
Did you know that bone sliver was in the food?
Because I know their tactics, and I pay more attention than you do, apparently.
We've
I
been
would
on this
look
road
over
for
it.
over 40 days. Why now? Why would they try to kill us now?
I don't know that. I haven't been with you for the last 40 days. What have you done to piss them off? What have you done to tip them off that you guys are not on the up and up? I just met.
Before anyone else,
It coincides with
before-
you arriving.
before Erdnot says anything else, I'm gonna say, remember the oath. Remember the Oathbreaker. Hopefully, he understands. No. Wait. Oh shit. Did Zan? Me and Zan told him, right? Shit. I
About
can't
what?
remember. Remember we told the whole story with Carlton or whatever his name is, the guy
Carlin.
we found in the
Carlon, yeah.
Carlin. The guy we found, he had Oathbreaker because they found out that he was, I don't know, they ferreted him out. They realized that
we don't know how they found out. He said he was
No, but
talking
he
to
told
someone or
us
something.
but he told me and Zan that they had people inside the caravan that would get people to like flip. Cultists in disguise. Remember Zan?
Is that what he said? I don't
That's what
recall it.
Zan.
I guess I didn't interpret it that way.
I interpreted it was like what the cultists are doing now. They're pretending to be merchants in the caravan.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Guess I was wrong. I guess I interpreted it. So never mind.
So
Screw that.
she's like, "Will you help? Are you guys gonna help me or not? We can do it tonight."
What is it you want to do?
I want to know what they're carrying and where they're taking it.
Well, what is your plan?
Oh, what they're carrying. We're trying to find out where they're taking it.
Well, my plan is for you to tell me everything that you know, and I'll tell you everything that I know. And then we can work together as we get closer to Waterdeep.
Issa, what makes you think that we're on the same team? We were just hired by this grumpy old dwarf.
I'm very good at my job.
Then convince us. Then you tell us what you know. There's 6 of us. And there's 1 of you. You tell us what you know and we'll tell you what we know.
All right, I'll give you 1 for 1 in exchange. You see that guy over there? And she's pointing like over in the direction of the cult. You can see like Braxton is talking to that human guy. And she's like
That's what she says.
See that guy there?
she's like,
I knew we couldn't trust her.
that guy is a red wizard of Thay. And I'd really love to know why a red wizard is chumming it up with the cult of the dragon.
Did you say red wizard?
Yeah, I did. Now, why don't you guys give me something?
Like
Does that mean
what
something
a
to you,
red
sir?
wizard of Thay is?
Yes, red wizards. Yes, I'll explain after.
All
They're
right.
taking, it seems to be, valuable items in their caravan wagons. Seems to be different loot and treasure.
But where is it from? I already know that.
Seems as though they've been raiding throughout the south of Baldur's Gate, collecting different loot from towns and villages. Seems to be from all over.
All right. Well, let's work together.
How did you know that he's a red wizard?
Because I've been watching, I've been listening. I guess I can get closer than you guys can because I just joined. But
You say that we're not working for the same people, but we're on the same side. Who is it that you're working for?
I'm working for a group that has interest in stopping this cult.
It's pretty vague.
It is.
You are
Very
sort of a
astute
fat
observation, Arik.
She knows her name.
She looks over at you, Abaddon, and she's like,
human.
same to you. You guys. Yeah.
Well, we've made quite a name for ourselves.
All right. Well, she kind of pushes you for some more information as the night goes on, and she shares with you a little bit about the red wizards of Thay, and just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? She, whatever it is that you say, Zan, she like is able to confirm, you know, and so we can get to that in the downtime. They freestyle rap together about the red wizards of Thay. So I did have, so we're gonna stop there and do pick up on Tuesday. I'm gonna switch us over to the Discord chat here, see how that looks. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, that's fine.
Man, I do not like the turn this all took.
I do have one thing I wanted to try. So I have this little poll, and it's going to be really quick, but it's for our viewers.
Because he's sad
The
now.
little poll, yeah. It's a little tiny poll. Because I'm trying to make a decision, and you guys don't know what it is for, but all of you can vote in it. So you're going to type exclamation vote and then 1, 2, or 3. So all of you, you guys too, you guys can all do it too. I'm trying to make a decision.
We're voting. We just random?
What do we?
Whatever
What are
you
we
want,
voting?
1, 2, or 3. You go into the chat and you type exclamation vote 1, 2, or 3. I'm making a random decision with your input. You guys are helping me decide which way this story goes.
Oh dear.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, don't.
Just 1, 2, or 3 are the choices, and they will, depending on whichever one gets the highest, is which one is going to be chosen for my choose your own adventure. I'm watching them come in. We got okay. 6 votes.
Or no space?
No space. I mean space.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, space. Space.
Oh, Lenny didn't do the thing.
No, she did.
How do you do the thing? Oh, there we go.
Fine.
All right. Do we have everybody? Oh, no, no. Okay, okay, okay. We got 8 votes. Okay. All right, I think I've got it. Okay. All right. Poll closed. Got it. Thank you. We will see how this goes. Okay. So thank you all so much. We are doing a 100 follower giveaway, and so one thing that I do want to do, so we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll pick it up from here. Congratulations to Nat Awesome for winning our first giveaway of the code to make your own mini from Hero Forge. And we are going to do another giveaway, $30 gift card to cozygamer.com, which is she's a dice maker, and they are beautiful, beautiful dice. That's going to happen when we hit our 100 followers. In the meantime, I'm going to have some kind of July thing too, but I haven't figured it out yet. And I would like to finally do the thing that I've been trying to do, and that is to actually do. Oh, hold on, not gonna do that there. Let me pull up my Twitch here and find somebody to raid, because everybody's always raiding, and I never say that we're gonna raid, and then suddenly I have a raid. So actually, let's see, maybe let's do Lord Nikto, because why not? So we are going to raid Lord Nikto. I don't know what he's playing. He's playing a retro game of some kind. Hold on. No, I don't know exactly, but he's great. He's got like awesome sound effects and everything, and he was one of the first people to follow our channel, so we'll raid him. And thank you for the subs, thank you for the bits, thank you for watching, and we will see you on Tuesday. Oh, you know what? I did not give a thank you to the followers. Hold on, I'm going to read the names because I keep forgetting to do it, and then we're going to go raid. We've got Brodo01, the Sherm1, TPK Roleplay. Oh, I got the date. Oh, no, no. Kermit the... What?
TPK roleplay. I hope they're not a DM.
No, it's a group. Actually, they play. I watch them every once in a while. Kermit the Frog. Yay! Astrojet, who is actually the cozy. The cozy gamer herself, Astrojet, followed us. Implacable, I think it's Implacable Lemon, Game Master's Vault, and Dragons in the Dining Room. So thank you all for following. Got us to 64 followers, that much closer. We're 64% of the way to our goal. And now I'm choking on my wig. Damn. I'll wear a new one on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday, I guess.
I want to wear one so bad. I want to get like a really
I'll send it
cheap
to
wig,
you.
like a really, no, I want to get like a really shitty one.
I have a couple of
and that's
shitty
the
cheap
one I'll wear
ones.
for the stream.
All right, so we're gonna go raid Lord Nikto. You can even use, if you've got them, some of our Mickey Wink memes, emotes. Oh my god, it's late. It's almost 12:30. Okay, thank you everybody. Bye. Thank you. I'm gonna remember to turn off our stream.
Yeah, not talk for another 30 minutes.
35 minutes on stream without. All right, hold on. I'm going to switch this over and